Wagwan, everyone. I hope you're doing well and welcome back to another Arsenal show. Guys, what a show to be bringing you. I know we've been starting these Arsenal shows during the summer transfer window, talking about a lot of optimism, but here we are now to talk about some football. And it's great to talk about football, the first game of the season with a win. And I've got some wonderful guests. My co-hosts. And we have a guest who's making his first appearance on the Arsenal show, but it's definitely not his first appearance on the channel. And let me bring him in first, in fact. Look who he is. It's Moss. He's all the way down from Canada, and he's based in London, and he went to the game himself. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, Tereak. How are you doing?
Yeah, man, I'm all good. It's nice to see you here, man. And you know what? You're still repping Canada. You got the Canadian flag here.
I'm undefeated, bro. I'm undefeated. 6-0, 2-0. What's next? I think 3-0.
Exactly. And then the person who we went to watch the game with is the man, goes by the name of the Son of South London. It's Will.
Yes.
How's it going?
How's it going? It's been a good weekend.
It has been. We'll get right into it. We will indeed. But let me.
I'm just saying in general.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll still get into that as well. Don't worry. Don't worry about that. But without further ado, it's last but not least, certainly not least, it's my brother Crab as well. How you doing, my bro?
Yes, I'm good, man. Of course.
But we're all happy. I'm sure we are.
Big up, man. Good to have you back because we missed you last week.
Yeah, been a while, man.
It has been a while, and it's been a while since seeing Moss on the channel as well. When was the last time you was on it, Moss?
Oh, I'm always chatting, aren't they?
Yeah.
But I don't know when I was last on your show. I've been on a lot of other guys' shows since I've been here.
He's been on since Christmas.
Yeah, he went out at the end of the season, I'm sure. At the end.
We did the end of the season. Yeah, he did the end of the season. That was it.
Yeah. But big up everyone in the chat before we go into it, before we dive in. Listen to Edmund right here. We are 2 more subs away, people. Come on, tell a friend.
Let's get that tonight.
To get to come on. Listen, Master said it.
I'm trying. You don't share the link, man. I'm trying to send it to Canadians and shit.
Yeah, Ed sent it in the Discord, man. But yeah, big up, Ed. Exactly.
I'll find it here. I'll do it myself.
Big up social here as well. Big up yourself. Hope you're keeping good. CM's in the place. Realist is here.
Yeah, well. Man. Have you guys heard CM's intro?
Oh yeah,
for Richie's thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. You see, you got big ups there, CM. Big up David in here too. Guessing 8 minutes. Will for Tereak therefore late. Big up B&B in here too.
When you got 2 Caribbeans, you know you're late.
Yeah. I was here. I was here on time. All right. Okay.
One of them's got to cook. Yeah, that's definitely
exactly. That's why one of them's got to cook nice food, which you enjoyed, didn't you?
Yeah.
You exactly. He knows now.
Oh man, he made curry goat, Tereak. It was awesome.
Yeah,
you get that food in Canada, then you got a big Jamaican community in Toronto.
Yeah, we got Jamaican places, but nothing like seeing the master cream bone at work.
Exactly.
Yeah, and also where he is, it's not as big a Canadian population. So Moss is from Saskatoon. So you look in Calgary, Edmonton, and
Toronto,
so when you got
fair.
Saskatoon, not so much.
Yeah, exactly that. And big up King KB in here as well. Ravi's in here. What go on, you Irie T? I am all Irie. I'm blessed. Are you Irie Wilf?
Believe.
Are you Irie Crab and Moss?
What does that mean?
100%.
It means that you're good. Are you all right? Ravi knows. Big up everyone who else is locked in. Errol's in here. Matt G. Staffy herself. We've got G's in the place right now. That's what Andrew Tate would say. But anyways, we'll go into it. Let's, without further ado, we have to talk about the game on Friday night. I'll let the people who were there actually at the game, talk about the whole build-up, the pre-match build-up towards it first, before a ball was even kicked. What was the atmosphere like within the Arsenal fan base? We'll start off with you, Moss.
Age before beauty.
Oh, there you go, Wilf.
Yes, cool. I mean, the atmosphere going down to the game was buzzing. You could feel it because there's a pub near me where we passed for the away fans, and all the Arsenal fans were there. They were buzzing, they were singing. We ran late because we were going to meet up with Harry, so we didn't go to the pub. But when we got there, it was a bit of a moment because we had tickets in the Palace end, and we was in our Arsenal shirt, so we had to go to the steward, and we got let into the Arsenal end. The gates were right next to each other, but it was buzzing, man. And from the off, our away fans outsang Palace fans, and that's no mean feat. Throughout the whole game, we're just singing.
Could you guys hear it on the
the buzz
on the TV?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was doing a watch along, but
right.
I heard it afterwards.
Were you watching, or did you watch it or anything?
No, I watched the whole thing.
Right.
Yeah.
The buzz was there from the beginning to the final.
Palace fans were
you can't see it through you can't hear it really through the TV, isn't it? But you got to hear from people that were there.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, to the point where I had to watch the game afterwards to see the actual analysis part. Throughout the game, we were just buzzing with everything that was going on. All the defending, all the attacking. It was first game of the season was unreal.
You're on mute, bro.
Oh, I just clapped. I did it again.
Oh yeah.
How did you find it, Moss, in the first 20 minutes of the game? Because that was scintillating stuff to begin with. Arsenal came out the traps.
All my senses were on fire, man, because I've never seen. Well, I've seen Arsenal. You know, I've seen the Europa Cup final. I've seen some preseason matches here and there over the years. I saw one match at the Highbury when I was right there, but that was a long time ago. And man, to see an away game that you think about and watch your whole life on TV from afar. It was it was what I thought, I guess. And then, I don't know, I thought I'd get more harassment, wearing Arsenal, but maybe the Canadian flag throws them off a bit. and then, we were saving some Boston girl. She didn't know what was going on. Me and Wilf were hanging with her in the corner there. And, just to hear the singing, the songs are hilarious. They're awesome. You don't get no Emmy outers at the away matches. That's for sure.
No.
I don't think you really get them in the home games either. In fact, it's quite different at the moment in terms of
Wilf was explaining that for me being afar, you start thinking, well, man, when you're only on YouTube and you're seeing so much like 50-50 and Arteta out and all this crap, it's like. You start assuming, well, geez, all the fans are like, it's like 50-50, but you go to a game and it's like nobody really, and so it's really like a YouTube thing more so than anything.
The match going fans don't really get on the case like that. The atmosphere will take you, out of it. Unless it's going really bad, like Emery days.
One thing plastic beer bottles. I've never seen that.
Fair play.
We've been to a home game now, and we're going to the Leicester game, obviously with UT. But you'll see at the games, the mood is what I think 90% of our fan base, 80-90% of our fan base feel is the same as what they feel at the ground.
I get you. Totally understand. And Crab, when you're thinking, going back to the start of the game, Arsenal started on fire, and Arsenal, there's been a lot of optimism going into the season from our pre-season, from the results, the performances we put in. Did you think that we carried that over into the beginning of the game, and how impressed was you by it?
Yeah, the first 20 minutes was really good. I was really happy with that. I was excited. I was excited for the beginning of the new season. You always get a bit excited, regardless of how things end. You always get, unless you support Man United, you're always excited for the.
Even they got excited.
But and you put everything behind it. You just and then when it gets to match day, it's just you got to support the team. So I was there. I was doing the watchdog, and that first 20 minutes, I was like, that's exactly what I wanted to see. It's exactly what I wanted to see. After the preseason, it was aggressive, it was intense, and Palace is not an easy game, especially when you're running at them. Like it's not an easy game to outrun Palace, and we were all over them in that first 20 minutes. So it's exactly how I want us to start.
We watched some of your watch alongs, sorry, Crab, just after the game. And you were saying the same thing, like, Palace was such a high line on us all last year and pressing us. And
looked scared.
Man, you could see because we came out with that energy and controlled the ball and took it to them. That I couldn't even tell who the right back was. I was saying it was Ward, but it was Klein, hey? And he was backed up so far on Martinelli.
Yeah.
He was so scared. You could just tell it, and it gave us lots of
Him and
space.
Mitchell at the very beginning were like, they were very... Palace just looked a bit unprepared, to be honest. They looked a bit like...
I was just going to say that.
Pre-season either, did they?
Yeah, I think you're right, Crab, when you say that they were expecting to play the Arsenal of last season.
Yeah.
And they didn't take enough account of the pre-season games because we're a different outfit. Where it's high energy from the off. There's none of these slow starting games like we had last season. And I think that's what backed them up so much that they couldn't play their game, the kind of game that they wanted to play. Yeah.
We've had a few games like that, like under Arteta, where it starts off like that, where it's almost like I don't want to say this because it's going to get misconstrued, but I was going to say like how Liverpool try and get that first goal quick. No, not even Liverpool now. Yeah. Remember when Klopp first joined?
Yeah.
And it was 20 minutes of just madness. And it was like they score and then they sat back a bit until he got his players in who could keep that up for like 45 minutes. It almost is reminiscent of that. It's like the first 20 minutes is like you have to get a goal or it's for nothing.
Yeah.
But that was good. That was a good start. That was a really good performance in that the first half of the first half.
Yeah. And Moss, I just wanted to bring this back to you in terms of the formation that we kind of set out with. It's so fluid.
You want to bring this up?
Yeah, man, because we've had plenty of conversations about it in the past. And this is where we both agreed at this point is that formations are fluid in football. It's never a set way, especially in possession. It's different in possession and out of possession. We saw a 2-3-5 ultimately. And that's what really shocked Palace. We had the two in Saliba and Gabriel holding the fort at the base. Because we have Gabriel and Saliba now, it works so much better because they're very athletic, they're tall, they're strong, they're fast, they can cover these spaces and defend in these wide areas if needed. But they didn't even have to do that because they had Partey in front of them, Zinchenko so high up. And then we also had Benjamin White coming inside, tucking in, and then the front five effectively, which was overloading Palace in those areas. Is this the formation that we're seeing from Arteta that he really wanted to play, but just wasn't able to because of the lack of quality?
Copy and paste of Pep, isn't it? Because exactly
they did it on Sunday. And just
I saw that. Yeah,
and just before you go, Moss, even David Moyes said after the game, City turned out differently to how we expected them. They played exactly in the same way that I know Arteta got it from Pep, but that's what Pep did against us.
That's what Pep and MA do is they say a lineup, but it won't be exactly what you expect. Like you were talking about last week, the backs inverting and whatnot. But I said over a year ago, Tereak and Will, that once Saliba's here, it's going to be athletic dominance. So you might as well go back three. And the pundits, Harry, everyone said it was a 3-4-3 formation. It's what it is, in general. But at times it goes to, a 4-2-3-1. At times it goes to, like you said, an offensive 2, 5-3 kind of, it's always chopping and changing. But when you have Zinchenko and a guy like Saka that can do the flanks the way they do, but also, keep control of the ball, and you got Jesus coming back into the mid, Martinelli open them up, it's always going to be changing and adapting, and Tierney can do the same.
Yeah, I think when we do see Tierney play, it'll be a little bit different to when we have Zinchenko, but
he'll have even more license, don't you think, to go for it?
Yeah, I think he'll be a bit wider, and then
they'll stay wider.
We'll change a little bit more tactically, but that's for another show. But Wilf, after that first 20 minutes, I think this was a key point in the game for me when, we settled that like Palace was sitting in their low block. They couldn't really get out at us. But then Aaron Ramsdale, he made that mistake where he kicked it up against, was it Edward? And then Gabriel gave it away. And that kind of lifted the crowd. I didn't even have any headphones or anything on. I couldn't hear the game, but I could tell. When I could see it with my eyes. That kind of brought them back into the game. How do you think Arsenal managed that part of the first half?
To be honest, that and the second half was what more impressed me with this Arsenal performance than anything else. How we were defensively. Because you're going to get that in games. You're going to get times where the other team have the ball. They're making ways into your final third. It's how you cope with that. And Saliba and Gabriel and Ben White has got to be given props for that. They're calm. I've noticed there's a calmness. There's a nobody panics. They get into the positions that they get into. They'll take the ball off the man. They'll get their head up. They'll look around, and even when they're under pressure, there's no panic in that back four. And when you add Zinchenko into that, he for me was my man of the match. Everybody's talking about Saliba, but for me, in how soon he's coming and how quickly he's fitted in, that, like you guys were saying about the systems changing, because it's so fluid. And because we've got two very pacey centre backs. I mean, both Gabriel and Saliba are no slouches, man. They can turn on the afterburners with ease. It gives us the license to play that high line. Xhaka can play. I mean, at times he was like up in the front line. Partey can sit a little deeper because he's they're closer to Gabriel, and all three of them have got pace and agility and can read the game. But our defensive capabilities in this game was what impressed me the most, more than our attacking. Which going into the game, I thought it would have been the other way around. But I loved what I saw.
I agree. I think it came from that front two. Sorry, the back two. Yeah. I think Gabriel and Saliba were solid, like from the beginning, especially Saliba. Saliba was my man in the match just because, again, debut, and he's a lot younger. He hasn't played in the league before. And he came in and he was unstoppable. He was covering everything. And not to say Gabriel was bad, but like they seemed to go. Obviously, Zaha's on that side, so they were going down that side.
Yeah,
Saliba was a lot busier.
Twice perfectly. He read Ben White getting burnt and just hit him and crushed him.
That sliding challenge in the box, I remember from Saliba that was just. I saw that. I was like, we've got to see it. It's exciting when we got a player like that, a young player like that. Sign him to a 10-year contract. But Zinchenko, I thought was really good. One thing I say with Zinchenko is
he's a midfielder.
It's the defensive positioning. He's a little bit. It will come with that. He's a little bit too much like Man City. It's like we're not Man City, so you're gonna need to keep an eye on those wingers a little bit, mate. Which is why I'd still go with Tierney as the starting. If they're both 100% fit, I still would go with Tierney because I just think Tierney get off.
What about Crab? What about Takahiro?
Yeah.
Do you play him next game?
Who?
Takahiro. Do you play him next game? Or
Ben White. Well, I mean, I'm sure we're going to get onto this.
Yeah, we will.
Jump ahead. Okay. Because that's a big thing.
Yeah. But I see what you're saying about Zinchenko. But I thought, going forward, and also I think you're going to start Kieran because he's a better defender.
Yeah, you will. Yeah,
he's by far the better defender. I mean,
we have a reliable backup. We have a reliable
backup. Yeah, and what he does when instead of KT, he comes right into that midfield when we're pushing forward, when we haven't got the ball and we're attacking. He comes into that midfield. So you've got a back three and he sits. Yeah. So he covers Partey. So Partey's not doing as much legwork. You know what I mean? So if the ball's on the right-hand side, Partey just needs to cover the center on the right-hand side, whereas Zinchenko will, with his natural midfield mind, will go, right, this is where I need to go and how I need to handle this. And he's relying a lot on Martinelli covering back because you're going to see Martinelli run his nuts off to come back and cover that defensive spot. I'm interested to see how it changes when you've got KT in there. He can play that three centre back role as well. So does he go into midfield or does he stay in that? And do they come across?
I think it helps.
Yeah, go on.
I think Zinchenko on that side works better with Pepe on that side. Remember when we played Maitland-Niles and Pepe? Yeah. That chemistry. It's going to be a bit like that.
Zinchenko was moving up so much on that side. We could see it because we were on that side. He was pushing up so much because Martinelli was scared.
Martinelli was like, where do I go? He was out the game. Because Zinchenko just took up all the. Because Martinelli's going to play inside. So if you have an overlapping, I think Tierney and Martinelli.
It might work even better.
Tierney overlaps and goes to the byline. Martinelli gets a lot more room. I think Zinchenko they got in each other's room, which my
But
Martinelli was just like,
look at the offensive plays. Look at the offensive plays Zinchenko made. They were fabulous.
Yeah,
Some
he
of the
was like,
crosses and that header.
just
But I do think you're right. I think actually Zinchenko will be more effective with Smith Rowe.
That's
on
another
that
one.
side.
Yes.
He
you're right.
roams a lot
Martinelli.
more. Yeah.
Yeah,
Someone who
so
roams that
Zinchenko
roams
could-
from that position.
yeah,
Or
and
stays wide.
they'll interchange a little bit more because
Yeah.
so Smith Rowe can do that wide stuff, but he can come in as well.
Yeah, he'll come
And
back.
him and Zinchenko would work better, whereas Martinelli and KT work better as Kieran Tierney and Martinelli work better in tandem.
Yeah, do you know what? With Zinchenko, I just wanted to add, when you guys were talking about him, I think with Zinchenko and Tierney, it's going to be a game like horses for courses. I like the fact that you have tactical flexibility in there. And although I do think Tierney's a better defender naturally, with Zinchenko, I did think that his legs began to tire, which caused that ball from Joachim Andersen to Jordan Ayew to cause him a little bit of trouble. And it didn't trouble him in the first half because he was, he was a lot more fitter, he looked sharper. But because
what time did Tierney come in, Tereak? It was pretty late.
Really late.
It was pretty late, and I thought that was more to do with Kieran Tierney not having enough minutes in the tank and Arteta not wanting to risk him, rather than he thought Zinchenko, that was the point where he got tired. I think he had to keep Zinchenko on at that point just because Kieran Tierney not had many minutes.
Does one of you know how long Takehiro played in under 21?
I'll confine that out for you. In fact,
he played a half, but I don't know.
Yeah,
but what I did notice with Zinchenko is his mindset. When he got tired, he changed his game to suit.
Yeah,
and he realized he's got tired. That's that experience, that winning mentality of going right. I'm tired. I need to get off. It's more. I'm tired. I need to change the way I'm approaching this game. Whereas, for example, Nuno would have just got tired and that's it. He's not got a plan B. Whereas Zinchenko had a plan B. He just dropped a little deeper, started spraying the ball from just beyond the halfway line as opposed to trying to get down the wing, letting Martinelli doing his running and stuff. And I think that's one of the bigger things about getting an experienced winning mentality that showed it in okay, I need to adjust my game now. Let's do that.
Exactly.
I thought he said Moss tackles.
Do you know what? I think we will hit the elephant in the room. I think we have to. I know I'm going at it early because even B&B, Manny, and everyone else in the comments is getting engaged and talking about it.
500. My dad got you there.
Hey, congrats, man.
Yeah. Are we on there? We're on 500.
Yeah.
That's what, before we move on to that,
thing,
thank you guys. That community tab is coming now.
You get all your boys on and look what happens.
Big up my guys. Thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you to Grab, Moss, Wilf, and everyone who's participated on the channel, whether you're in the comments or you come on, whatever you do. Thank you guys, and hopefully we can keep pushing.
Yeah, you deserve much more, buddy.
Well deserved, bro. Well deserved.
Thank you guys. But let's now the elephant in the room. Let's move on.
When you wear that damn hat. Get down here and get that hat changed.
But elephant in the room. All right. I want to hear your thoughts first.
What elephant?
On Benjamin White. Because there's such a split in
I thought all or nothing was the elephant.
No.
Why do our fans do? I saw the tweets and I was like,
I know.
I generally was like, I can't believe. Have I watched a different game? Have I actually watched a different game? I was like, is this just me? Like, have I watched a different game? Because
you mean
that guy is
not?
Yeah, he's not it.
Bad rankings, eh?
Okay,
he's not it, man. He's not. 50 million was way too much. In his life. Ben White is not a bad defender, but he's not a 50 million pound defender. He's not. He's not a league-winning defender.
I disagree.
He is. He's very good on the ball, and he's versatile.
England's right center back. They need to play back three.
If you play a back five, that's what he was doing at Brighton. He was playing in the back five.
He looks good in that system.
I don't think he's a bad defender. I think what is the problem is the 50 million was spent when you had Saliba. Yeah. Saliba's coming to the team now, and you're looking at him going. Like it's a different level, man. Like Saliba, it's that instinct. Ben White doesn't have that instinct for danger. He doesn't sense danger.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
And I think when you see that in a defender that young who senses it, you know what you're getting. You know, you're getting reliability in every game when they can set.
Remember, Saliba's a unicorn. Saliba's a unicorn. Not every team's got
play any style.
You know what I mean? And the fact that, and because we've got him, when you put someone like Ben White up against him, to be honest,
it's gonna look different.
Yeah, it's like when you I first saw Van Dijk at Southampton West Brom game, and the brother was head and shoulders above everybody else.
Yeah, it's a different level.
Again, it's an outlier. You can't compare him to Saliba because Saliba's age. How much man is getting at that age centre back into the French national side as is. Yeah, so you can't really compare. Right, exactly. I think Ben White is a 50 mil player.
In today.
Today's market. Well, because he's English.
I'm sorry. Even forget about today's market, because look at what people are talking about from Maddison. Maddison ain't 60, 70 million or 80 million.
Last year, I was like, what?
It's the Prem proof, but Maddison comes into any team and starts and scores goals and adds in the Prem.
Yeah, I don't really think he does. Certain teams, yeah.
Dewsbury, what a pick.
But with Ben White, because of how accomplished he is at right back spot, he can play centre back, and we need more than 2 centre backs.
Yeah,
every good team has 4. Yeah, so someone's going to get injured or someone's going to get tired, and you need to bring him in. I don't have no problem with it.
I genuinely think him and Rob Holding are I put them in the same. I put them at the same him and Rob Holding category. Yeah, I think they're reliable backups because Rob Holding, for me, he comes in and he can defend his ass off in certain games. But he can't, you know, he's a two game starter kind of Rob Holding. Yeah, 2-3 games. You know, when he needs to come in to cover an injury, any more than that, he loses his head.
Yeah.
But Rob Holding, when he comes into games, he's fine in the first game.
Yeah,
fine in the second. So third, where it's like, oh, for God's sake, like he started 2 many.
Grab, don't you think Takahiro, Ben White, they're pretty similar? Like,
very.
They play the same kind of game. I think Ben White's even an inch or 2 taller than Takahiro.
See, I didn't think
Takahiro better in the air than Ben White.
I like Tomiyasu, but I don't think he's on another. He's that elite level. But we paid pennies for him, and we got good value.
Yeah, again, I disagree. I would put Ben White.
Would you start Ben White over
Holding?
Okay. Yeah, I agree with Rob. I think Ben White's better than Rob Holding.
Tomiyasu, I think he's elite. From when he was at Bologna, when he could handle man like Ronaldo and deal with him. And all that, because Ronaldo was playing good at that time, you know what I mean? I just think we've got 5. Name one team in the Premier League that's got 5 centre backs at the quality that we have. Even Man City and Liverpool, 5. Yeah, so Tomiyasu,
I'd only say Liverpool,
Saliba, Gabriel, Ben White, and Holdini. Yeah, who out there? Which team?
I'd only say Liverpool.
Because bear in mind
the 2 at the top. That's it.
And even then, I mean, so
I think we're better than Man City.
Man City, Liverpool have got 5 centre backs that can come in at a similar quality. Because I think Matip and Van Dijk are next level.
Throwbacks,
and then you drop off. Yeah,
let's put it this way. If we had if Gabriel and Saliba were both injured and we were starting Ben White and Rob Holding,
we'd be in
the how comfortable would you feel? Out of those 3, how comfortable would you feel?
Yeah. I would play Taki.
If we're playing Man City or Liverpool, no. But anybody else, I would feel reasonably comfortable. Other than the top 2, I would feel reasonably comfortable playing, especially Tomiyasu and Ben White in that centre back position.
Yeah.
Other than the top 2, I would feel wholeheartedly don't worry about the centre back positions.
That means Dead Set is back. Oh.
This is what I'd say. When it comes to Liverpool and Manchester City, if their first 2 centre-backs got injured in Matip and Van Dijk, they have Konate and Gomez. And Gomez, he won a league title with them playing most of the games. And Konate is, you know, like, in terms of what he's done at his level, similar to Saliba for his age. What he's done. So I think Liverpool's pretty difficult. Manchester City, because they're in a bit of a predicament at the moment.
With Laporte
Laporte, Diaz, and Stones, I think right now they're better. But then beyond
Who-
that, Ake, he's good.
I mean, we laugh at Ake, but I watched that West Ham
He
game.
was
played pretty
fine.
good
Yeah,
yesterday.
Yeah,
he was
it's good.
I think
Even
But-
at Bournemouth, like we disrespect him a bit because of the price and stuff, but that guy has been he's been
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. But is
I
he
mean,
better
Holland
than?
puts
Is he
them in.
better than?
Holland puts
So
them in.
you-
Nathan
Taking
Ake
out
better
their
than
first
Ben
three.
White? Is Nathan Ake better than
And
Ben
Tommy
White?
Yasu. Right. This is what I'm saying to you. So we're in a decent position when it comes to the centre back.
I agree with the
Tommy-
sentiment. That I
Tommy
think it's
and-
good to have 4 centre backs who, you know,
Tommy and Ake, though.
We've got 5.
Tommy and Ake,
5, yeah.
I think Tommy would say so, have a word with him. Do you know what
Wait,
I mean?
but the thing is
yeah.
with Tommy Yasu, we're
Oh.
talking about you play Tommy Yasu in the back too.
Oh, yeah, he could do it. He could do
He
it.
does
Yeah,
it for
yeah, yeah.
Japan, bro.
Yeah.
He has played.
That's his natural position. That's where he. It's
Yeah,
just
he
because
doesn't
he's
look-
so
he
accomplished at
doesn't look
right
like a right
back.
back.
They don't have many
Yeah,
tall
because he's
dudes
so
in
accomplished
Japan.
at
Yeah,
right
exactly,
back, and
yeah.
he can do it.
Jackie
He's
Hill's
like
pretty
Ben
tall.
White. He's
Yeah.
like Ben White in the fact
He's
that
like a
he can
like a-
play out there and
a
do it
better-
and do a job.
like a better defense, like better defender than Ben White, and I think Ben White's a better
Yeah.
passer than Tommy Yasu, but it's not
Jackie
far.
Hero's surprisingly better in the air.
Yeah, it's strong in the air. Yeah, ridiculously strong. But it's do you know what, the fact that we're kind of having these debates,
Yeah,
bro,
it's
isn't it refreshing?
it's a good debate.
Yeah,
'Cause it's
yeah,
like,
yeah. It's good.
either
Yeah.
way, we're
Better
in a
what we
better
have
position
it.
then.
That's
Yeah.
what me and
We've
Will
had-
were saying, Tereak. We couldn't even watch an All or Nothing together. We'd be all over the
Yeah.
but you see, this is what it's like.
Maybe
This is what-
Chelsea. Wait, who've Chelsea got? Koulibaly, Thiago Silva.
No, even
Cucurella.
Chelsea.
They were trying to
That
buy
is-
him.
Pass their
as
first
to-
two cent. Pass their. I'm talking
Azpilicueta.
pass their food to a main
Yeah,
centre
they're,
back.
they're in trouble right now.
They just have
Yeah.
The lid. They didn't get Kunde. They're in trouble.
Oh, that's probably for good. Those two are awful.
Yeah.
No,
But-
those are-
yeah.
those
I
are-
wanted them to get Kunde. I
I wanted them to get
Kunde.
Kunde as well.
Yeah,
Kunde and
so-
Kimpembe would
yeah.
have been perfect.
Yeah, that would have been lovely. I don't quite happily.
I want to
Right.
hear on Benjamin White. Crab, did he have a good game for you? Yes or no?
No.
Wilf,
Didn't have a bad game, but no, he didn't have a good game.
Wilf, did Benjamin White have a good game for you? Yes or no?
Good game for me. Good game for me.
And Moss, did he have a good game for you? Yes.
He
or
did
no?
his job. Give him a 6.
He's 6.
Oh, 6 isn't a good game. That's an
Yeah,
above
he did.
average.
I
He
think
did nothing. He did nothing special, but he did what he needed to do against Zaha.
A
He
good
didn't
game is
screw up.
like Xhaka
Yeah.
had a good game.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think Ben White had a good game
Same.
because he didn't.
6 is
We
just
came out with a
passing
clean
game.
sheet. He did what he did, and everybody else covered. Everybody else covers your.
You remember he was the one that lost the ball for the Eze chance.
Yeah,
Faffing
yeah.
about in the back
Yeah.
line.
Yeah.
Boy, and Ben White had his head cut off when we almost got scored on one time on a through ball.
And
He was all
I think
over the
I think he
place.
did well, to be fair, when he got the yellow, and then
Yeah.
Zaha wasn't really. I thought that was going to be a problem, and I think he did
Yeah.
well after he got the yellow because
Yeah.
he calmed down and was
And
just
playing
playing
out.
simple.
Remember, he's playing out of position as well. He hasn't played there that
I
much.
give him the
He's
benefit
playing
of the
out
doubt
of
for
He
that.
saved him a few times.
This is it. This is the stat I wanted to
Stats.
bring up. No, because I saw this with my eyes. This is me using the eye test. And then when I saw this stat
Yeah.
afterwards, I'm like, this is it. Because how many times Crystal Palace were playing that ball to the left?
And there
Yeah.
was
That
two.
was
In
what
the,
they-
there was 2 scrambles
Yeah.
in the box. Ben White got in there.
Like,
Yeah, but you remember how many times did that happen when he was just 1-on-1 with Zaha and didn't have backup?
Yeah,
there was quite.
You remember if
Yeah,
Zaha's
but-
up against him and
No, there was quite a few
Saliba,
times.
that's what he needed to do.
I remember one moment where Zaha had the ball in the first half. He tried to attack. I saw Arteta. If you
Yeah.
check the bench cam, you
Yeah.
can check this out as well. He's telling him
Yeah.
to get tight because if you give
Yeah.
Zaha a bit of space, that's when his feet are going to do a
Yeah.
madness to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
He told him to get tight. And how many times Zaha was going moaning, complaining, going, "Oh, ref, he's
Yeah.
fouled
That's
me,"
that, yeah.
oh, and then pushed Ben White in
Yeah.
the back. I was like, "Nah,
And-
man, this is." In those situations, I was dreading it coming into the game. I was like, if I see Zaha
Yeah, exactly.
isolated with him, I'm scared. But he couldn't. There was a lot of times where he didn't actually get past him.
This is what I'm saying to you.
I
This
mean,
is what I'm saying because what Premier League team will put Zaha just 1-on-1 with your right back? You're always going to have that cover because you know how dangerous he is. Yeah, it's like with Saka with us. They're 2 and 3. They're tripling up on him. Yeah. So if you're an idiot, then you leave Zaha to just go 1-on-1 and you get burnt and you think what? So yeah. But the thing about it is Zaha had one place to go with Ben White, and when he went there, Saliba was waiting. So I think for me, that is intelligent play. you know your limitations. You know this brother is lethal. I'm not going to get him every turn, but I'm going to let him play where I want him to play. Yeah, so it's you go wide, you play for down the line. You ain't coming inside. You've got nothing coming inside. And for me, that is what Ben White did. He did his job as a right back. He didn't. Zaha did nothing that game.
What would you give it?
I'd give him a 7. I'd give him 7, probably 7.5.
I think the Zaha thing, just because he didn't get an assist, he should have had an assist. And then I put it the other way around, right? Swap it to Saka now. So if Palace fans are saying, did Tereak Mitchell have a good game? They're saying yes, because Saka was completely shut down. We didn't even know Saka was playing.
Yeah, we didn't use that side as much.
Yeah, we didn't use that side. Whereas Zaha was in the game, you know.
But what I will say to you is, Crab, people will say Tereak Mitchell shut down Saka, even though every time Saka got the ball, it was a 3v1 because they had 3 defenders coming around him to stop him. So it wasn't just Tereak Mitchell. But when I hear Benjamin White had a good game, they're like, oh, yeah, but he had Saka coming. I'm like, bro, no one's going to leave these man 1v1.
It's more when you've got the ball. It's the moment before you've got the ball.
But Crab,
when you're marking, that's what it is.
In the second half, in the second half, look at it. Bukayo Saka roasted Tereak Mitchell.
Yeah, when he got the goal.
1v1.
That's
he got the goal, everything. This is what I'm saying to you.
You can't, honestly, that's where he was causing him problems. And that's where because the game, obviously, Crystal Palace are going to have to go for it as the game's going on. And that was leaving more space for Saka. And that's when Saka was getting a bit more joy, taking him down the right, coming inside, playing it off. And Tereak Mitchell had a bad game,
but I'd generally say 5 out of 10, 6.
We'll get into the ratings.
I think moved to 6.
Yeah. I just wanted to talk about the new signings now. So all the debutants, shall we say, because we spoke about Zinchenko. Before we move on to the main man, I want to talk. I want to hear about Gabriel Jesus, guys. So Moss will come with you.
Two games in person, man. Oh, the TV doesn't do justice to this man.
Should we have got Jonathan David?
Well,
as well.
I'm not supposed to bring that, but I don't know. There was a certain Liga score that ripped it up yesterday.
Yeah.
Will saw the highlights. He knows.
Yeah.
Forced highlights on him.
But what did you make of Gabriel Jesus, Moss?
He's just I said it to Eagle Rich after the match. It's pure intelligence, man. We have our guy. Arteta likes intelligent players. And you can see it, like I mentioned earlier on in the show here, that Martinelli was getting so much space. And that's me and Creambone were talking about this, is that we didn't use Saka as much because Jesus was taking advantage of what they were giving us. So he's pulling the center backs out because Martinelli's getting so much space down that line. It let Zinchenko get up easy, and he brings the center backs out. And then whether it didn't happen too much that game, but Martinelli could cut in and be wide open, like on through balls. Zinchenko, Xhaka, Odegaard. It's going to be magic this year because this guy, and we saw it in the Sevilla match too, right, Wilf? Like it was just all over the place. This guy's running and switching positions with Saka and Martinelli.
He's a nightmare. He's a nightmare.
It's beautiful to watch.
Yeah,
because the TV, you don't see it all the running he does.
No, you don't. And even in that, there was one moment where Odegaard should have shot, let alone scored.
Yes. With his right foot,
But talk to me about Gabriel Jesus. And like, this is what Pep said. He's the best pressing forward in the world. And he does not stop running.
Second best.
Yeah.
And JD, and we ain't talking about Jack Daniels. That's what he said.
Did you watch these highlights, Tariq? It's magic.
Oh, mate. For me, don't tell her this yet, but I'm leaving my missus for Jesus, man.
For the Jesus.
The brother is too good. The brother is too he's an absolute nightmare. And he's one of them players that just by being on the field, he scares everybody. You know them players where fans, players, managers, from they see his name on the team sheet, they're afraid. And that's what he is, because
he makes you silly.
He makes players look over their shoulder where they should be looking for their man. Players should have been looking at Martinelli. When Martinelli scored his goal, When Martinelli scored his goal, that he doesn't score that goal if Jesus isn't in the box, occupying the minds of that Palace back four. He's freeing up. He's going to free up Saka because you can't put 3 men on Saka now because you're leaving Jesus free. And if you lock down Jesus, he's going to come deep, drag you out, flick the ball off to one of the wide mans, and before you know it, he's in the box before your defender is, and you're like, wait, he was just next to me. Why is he over there now? Yeah. He's like a phantom. He's living in people's minds before they got on the pitch. And what that does for our team, that and the two things I've noticed the most since pre-season and up until now, both him and Zinchenko, is their technical ability. I thought we had technical players beforehand, but their technical ability now in tight spaces, the way they take the ball, the way you can ping it. You know, Wenger ball years ago where man would ping balls into you at 100 miles an hour. Man's killing it. They're doing that, and everybody else's level is having to come up to go along with that. And that's the biggest thing that I've noticed, particularly with him. And since Zinchenko has come, I've noticed that. And that's the thing for me. He's live and direct. He's just not stopping. He's not stopping.
Yeah. Crab, before we get to this question, how it's a fantastic one. With Jesus, I thought it's just great to see his quality, but I didn't even think he had his best game. But once again, we've seen at Arsenal, even with Aubameyang, if he didn't have a good game, he offers you nothing. Lacazette, if he doesn't have a good game, he doesn't really offer you much of a goal threat when he has a good game.
Offers you work rate though.
At least he gave at least he gave you that. But there's not really much threat or the threat of running in behind with Lacazette. But seeing that from Jesus, how does that make you feel? If that's going to be the base level and this is going to kick on from here.
He's got a lot of pressure because we're asking for someone to have Lacazette's work rate and then Aubameyang's prowess at the same time. So you're asking for a complete striker to fit in there and do the goal scoring that we have from Aubameyang, but then also the work rate that went from Lacazette. I was very impressed. That first thing, he was robbed of an assist. Let's be honest. Martinelli should have scored, and he did all the work in there. And that was brilliant. That was brilliant. Awesome. Again, that first 20 minutes, he was the star in that first 20 minutes. Him and Zinchenko was it was like you said, the technical ability, it impacted. And I think just from watching that game, I do think he is going to be. I think if he doesn't get a lot of goals, I think that front three as a unit is going to score more, because I agree. Because I think Martinelli, it's good for Martinelli having Jesus. I think that's going to Martinelli's going to he's going to score a lot of goals this season playing next to Jesus. He's going to get a lot of chances. So I like that. He was frustrating me. I'm not gonna lie, but that's because my expectations were really high for Jesus. It was more like after I saw the first 20 minutes, I was expecting a 9 out of 10, and it was like a 7. So it's he had a good game. But what was frustrating me is, and I think maybe we won't see this again, but it felt like after the preseason, everyone putting in his fantasy team and all this, you can see he's felt the hype. You can see he was doing a lot, and there were times in the game when I was like, just pass, just play it simple. You don't have to do it all on your own, pass the ball, lay it off. He was really overcomplicating at things, which I think again we're not going to see that all season. And I can imagine Arteta having a word with him afterwards and saying, you need to just pass the ball, play one touch. Don't take 5 touches and try and take on. He was trying to take on I was like, we're not playing preseason, we're playing Palace here. And he lost the ball. So that was frustrating. But listen, we've had one striker who can't do one thing. Those guys Lacazette can only do one. Aubameyang was, so it is refreshing seeing him up top, and I think it will help, because I love Martinelli, and I think this is going to help him really unleash his potential.
Let me ask you, so with the Gabriel Jesus thing, I think he's trying to show his value to the team too much where he doesn't need to. But what I was going to ask you, is when it came up when they were asking the question with Laka. I loved his work rate.
I think I left
don't you think that his work rate is kind of overrated now when you see it alongside what Gabriel Gabriel gives us.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, you can get. There's a lot of strikers in the Prem who do that, isn't there? It's like the Lacazette thing was always used as an argument to kick Aubameyang, wasn't it? It was Lacazette offers us more because whereas it's like that's more because Aubameyang wasn't doing enough outside of scoring, and that's never been his game anyway. Whereas you know, there's 10 strikers in the Premier League who press consistently through at least 10. So I agree. I think we're getting someone who looks dangerous. He didn't really like scoring. That's the only thing. Outside of the first thing, I didn't really feel like he was going to get a goal. You kind of just sensed it in you, like Jesus might not get a goal this game. But like you said, it's threatening, and that's all we can ask for. It's like the defenders are worried.
I don't think he was. Yeah, I don't think he was going to get a goal because the focus on what Palace did not want was Jesus scoring. Because with the away fans and what it would have done to the morale of his side,
it would have really
everyone
wanted that to happen. Basically, I mean, you had him, and even Palace fans had him in their fantasy team. They would have been slightly celebrating.
So and so if the main thing I think Vieira would have been saying, keep him quiet, don't let him score.
Yeah,
but but again, this is what I'm saying to you, going back to what he does in living in people's minds. It opens up. So Martinelli gets a goal and Saka gets a goal, and you're like, we can't just concentrate on this brother now because they've still got these brothers.
Yeah,
you know.
I hope Arteta looks after him though, because I think we've got a player there. We've got him for 55 million. He looks after him because you can see, and because it's a World Cup year, I just don't want Jesus to be, I need to score every game. I need to be doing everything to get in that team. I want him to just relax a bit. Simplify it. Play it simple at times.
It's natural though. In his first,
it should come. Yeah, I think in his first game, after that pre-season, he was like, I'm the guy.
Tereak, do we even need this mysterious or not so mysterious winger that you always are talking about?
I still think we do. We'll get towards the end. We'll talk a lot more about transfers. But before we go, I want to hear your ratings and I want to hear how you rated the players. We have to talk about the man of the match, William Saliba.
I said on Rich's show after the game, I was like, a lot of people would want to give it to
Martinelli, didn't you?
And I said Martinelli just because it was that fear factor he put into that team, and he scored. I mean, he scored. It was huge to get that goal.
It's true. Yeah, I hear that. And do you know what? It's once again, it's not.
He backed up that defense. He backed them up.
Yeah, exactly. But he was, if he wasn't your man of the match, he was certainly impressive. And without getting
high rating,
and without getting carried away, Crab, we'll come back to you on this. Without getting carried away on William Saliba, tell me why he's the greatest centre back to ever play in the Premier League. I couldn't even say it with a straight face.
Saliba, Terry, Stam.
Hey, don't put Terry in. Put Terry in there. No.
Listen. We're talking pure football. Even
then, don't even come near that.
I've had this debate with a few people actually. I didn't realize there was so many people in that camp about John Terry.
Overrated. Overrated.
I did a draft on this channel before, and Will had he had a go at me for that.
See, I feel like that about Vidic. I feel like Vidic is overrated. Good defenders, but I feel like he's overrated. I feel John Terry.
I like Vidic.
I think him and Vidic have got the same problem. It's because they were sat next to someone who was that good. It made them look better, and they didn't have to work as much.
But Vidic Terry had so many partnerships.
I wouldn't put Terry against alongside a lesser defender. You can't play. You can't play him.
I see what you mean. Yeah, Carvalho, Luis.
Yeah, all them kind of man there at the top of their game.
I mean, you can't
put him with a. You can't put him with
well.
Right. You could put him with a Harry Maguire and see what happens. Put John Terry with a Harry Maguire and see what happens.
Put Nesta with Harry Maguire in the
back. Yeah. But I for me, I just, because the biggest test for Terry is when Ferdinand and Sol Campbell were fit and at the game, Terry didn't get a sniff in that England side. He was good when there wasn't anybody else around.
Them, though.
It wasn't like there was these bunch of world class centre backs that he was head and shoulders against. Because when Sol Campbell and Ferdinand was there, it wasn't looking. There's no room for him on no level. Could you have brought him in? Like Sol Campbell wasn't great at bringing out the ball and whatever. He was decent. He was better than a lot of people give him credit for. But it's not like Terry was better than that. You didn't really see Sol Campbell and Rio Ferdinand sliding in, diving in, sticking their head in, diving headers at man's foot because they read the game better. Yeah, they were classy and smooth, and the only time they dived in is when they had to, not as their first result.
Yeah. But Terry didn't really have to, he didn't have to do that much throughout his career.
I think he did.
He had those moments, but
but he had too many of them.
Stopper, you know.
You know what I mean? But for me, I think he's overrated because of what he won and the fact that he stayed at Chelsea for that long. That's what gives him his rating.
He gets the Steven Gerrard treatment.
Right, exactly. Even though I rate Gerrard highly.
Yeah, I do.
I know. But I just think Terry was overrated.
So he's outside your top 5.
Oh, without doubt.
Top 10.
He would struggle to get in the top 5 of English centre backs in the Premier League era. For me, yeah, he would struggle to get into English centre backs in the Premier League era for me. But the top 5 all-time Premier, no, I don't even think he'd make top 10. I'd have to think about it, but he might not even make top 10. For me, it's just me.
It's an interesting debate, the Terry one. But yeah, Saliba. Yeah. Someone who definitely makes the top 10.
Oh, without doubt.
10 out of 10, man. 10 out of 10. It's exactly the player he's been for the last 2 seasons. 1.5 maybe. Last season, that's what he was doing at Marseille.
Yeah, no, I agree with Tereak on this one.
He was covering a lot in that last one. His centre back partner in Marseille was, I can't remember his name. Was a bit like Gabriel, was a bit all over the place. But he's just it's the sense in danger thing. It's like you can see that instantly. Like you said, someone says, who was it saying about Martinelli and that the decision making isn't quite there with Martinelli. And it's one thing that you have it from a young age, like your intelligence on the ball and your ability to pick up a pass and be composed. Like those are things that you suddenly just pick up at 26 and you become a technically gifted player who can pick up passes. You don't just suddenly pick it up. Like Wenger always said it, if you're not technical, when he say by 12 years old, you're not going to be a midfielder. If you're not composed on the ball, you're not going to be a midfielder. And William Saliba is like it. Like if you're a defender at that age, you can sense danger, you're going to be a good defender. Like you're going to be, if you're in the right, and as long as you're in the right environment, right team, you're going to be a good defender. And he's come back and he played his first game, thrown into that centre back position.
And Saliba reminds me more of, I was telling Wolf the other day, is Vincent Kompany almost, the Belgian. Like just that he can play any style you want to play and shut down any striker. And
Kompany
going to beat you off the ball the first few steps,
wasn't he? But
I see what
you mean. I feel like Kompany was a bit more of the aggressor towards the end of his career.
Towards the end of his career,
throughout his whole career, he was very
you're right. When he first joined Man City, he was quite passive.
Yeah, and just beat you to the ball like Saliba's doing.
Yeah, and what I like from Saliba, he's not afraid of a slide tackle as well when he needs to.
I love that.
That one on Zaha.
Yeah, the one after he beat
he beat Ben White.
Yeah.
You celebrate those challenges like it's a goal. That one I celebrate like it was a goal. He gets in.
But this is what I mean. He does it when he needs to. And when he does, he comes away with the ball. And it's not desperation. It's like I need that extra yard. So I'm gonna slide there.
500.
As a striker, you need to be able to take that ball. So you need to stay on your feet.
He didn't make any fouls, right? Saliba, did he have any fouls that game?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
He got fouled. He got fouled a couple of times.
Yeah,
he got fouled.
Yeah, man, that was
what a debut.
The most anticipated I've had for a player at Arsenal in a long time, and
made it look easy.
Like I can't think of one for.
But I disagree with you in the fact that he's always been like that. I think he needed those long spells.
Yeah.
Even if
obviously, but it's the danger thing I'm talking about. When he was first coming on the scene, it was like they've got a young centre back, him and Fofana, who are just like they're on it.
Yeah.
They're the natural defenders.
80 million?
Yeah. But you know the arrogance.
What is Saliba worth if Fofana's worth 80?
Oh yeah,
100.
but that exuberance of youth, what's it? That big up chest of youth is less than that now. Which I think, had he come earlier, would have caused him to make more mistakes. It'd have been overconfident. Now he's like, okay, right, let me do my job, do what I need to do. Don't force anything. If I read the game like I know I can read the game, don't need to show off. I know what I'm all about. They will see it. Whereas if he'd come earlier, he would have wanted to prove himself a little too much and probably would have got himself into some dangerous positions or made some mistakes that he didn't need to make. I think that's what the maturity of what's happened is.
I mean, ultimately, we don't know, but yeah, I mean, like, he's here now and he's brilliant.
Yeah.
Watch him go and get a red card against Leicester. And we're like, oh, for fuck's sake.
I don't care. I don't care.
But that's why I said that on the stream. I was saying that I was like, at this point, he could come in and he could be awful, like not awful, but he could have some bad games. And I feel like the fan base is going to be patient with him. And I think from that debut now, it's like he's bought himself that grace period because everyone's seen this. There's a defender here, like you can do. You know, it's not like when Mavropanos came in, it wasn't that sort of like, and he himself, that's a good defender, but it wasn't that, you know what I mean? Like he could go and have a few like dodgy moments, but it's like, we know what we're getting here. Like we've seen it. So,
but you say that I can't see Saliba picking up a red card.
No, neither can I.
He's too composed. He reads the game too well.
So, like just
There's time.
Just like, mate,
you were watching the match. What was the halftime possession? Because we lost it over the whole 90.
Yeah, I think it was quite even. I think it was about fit. We had
quite
a bit
halftime
early.
we were destroying them with possession.
It was 60. Was it 60-40 by halftime?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
but at the end of the game, it was like 55-40 forever.
But yeah, first half we had a lot.
I think it looked more even towards the end of the first half. Like it was still in our favor because they ended the first half stronger.
Yeah, they did the last few minutes. Yeah.
Last thing on the sleeve. If you look at, France's future. They got think about it. They got Saliba and Fofana, and then in front of them they've got Camavinga and Tchouameni. Like that is just.
I remember Mbappe isn't even 23 yet.
It's mental that the young quality.
Yeah, he's 23. He's same age.
23.
Yeah,
and then the kid Tereak showed me onto Kefran Turam, Lillian's youngest son. Like he's awesome too. Like
that's Gory. Like
France frightened me. France frightened me for the next.
They've got another golden generation of.
And Turkey probably won't even play.
Like Brazil.
That Marlo Gusto, the right back, he's a teenager.
That's what I was going to say. The only thing they haven't had, like France haven't had a solid set of fullbacks, but you mentioned one now.
Right back, they never, because they had like
yes, Guendouzi, come on.
He's already fighting his coach.
You got Teo Hernandez, on the left,
yeah. And
but now you've got Gusto, but they never had a right back. That's
because it was Pavard was filling there. Bakary Sagna was probably the bet, but even then he wasn't that good for France.
Leo Dubois, who's now playing in Turkey, I think. So
the guy we signed, bloody hell, what was his name?
Debussy,
Oh yeah,
very good at Newcastle, but
he was, and he was good at us, but he got injury. Yeah,
injury killed him.
Pavard's good.
He never was the same again.
Oh, Pavard's, I can't. He's another one that he's in there by convenience.
He's pretty good. He scores a banger every now and then.
He's got a good agent, Pavard.
I don't know, man. Right. So to wrap up the Palace talk, then we're going to talk about a little bit more about some transfers because there has been transfers moving. I want to hear.
What did you think? What did you think about Palace, though, Tereak? Besides
Palace, do you know what? I've said this to Rich. When it comes to Crystal Palace, I think that they're going to be fine. They didn't have a great first half. They didn't have a great first half, but I think that's more to do with us. Of course, I'm going to say that as an Arsenal fan. But they looked a bit nervous. I thought Jeffrey Schlupp. If that's someone I'm going to have to give a negative, he's just not good enough for what Crystal.
I really like the looks of that new Decore guy.
Yeah, he stopped. He grew into the game, and as he grew into it, he was looking better. And
Eze was okay.
Yeah, I just didn't think any of the attackers really in that game.
Eze wasn't great.
We made them work so hard the first half that it wore them out a bit.
But
he should have scored. What a chance! Like Zaha is. He's a player. Don't you just want someone to sign him? Like I wish we.
Yeah, I think he's too late. I wish we had.
Yeah.
I wish
Like,
they
it's
had-
too-
such
too
a
late.
shame, man. And I no disrespect to Crystal Palace, 'cause I love Crystal Palace, but
Yeah, same
it's
here.
like Zaha,
But
man. I'd love him to sit him at like a Liverpool
2 years
or
earlier,
Arsenal, something like that.
if we should have stumped up the
We
cash
should have done it when it was
when Emery wanted him.
yeah.
should have. Because he'd be here now. He'd be here now. It wouldn't so much.
Really, like, he's actually developed his game as he's gotten older as well. Like,
Yeah.
the work rate skills, final ball, like finishing,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
You know what? But just think about this with Palace, though, guys. Even though they weren't great, they still posed a threat and they still had chances. That's what you got to give massive credit to Vieira and the recruitment team that they had. And they should have scored. Like, they should have.
Yeah.
But like, we've watched Arsenal points last season, like against Newcastle away, and we caused no threat at all. So for Crystal Palace as a side that's not expected to be up and you know, in the upper echelons of the league, they're gonna do really well. And if they get, you know, luck with injuries in favor of their opposition and protecting their players, all they need for me is a central midfielder.
A striker. Do you think they need a striker?
Yeah.
Not even necessarily.
Yeah, they do. They need someone to be banging on
Eduardo and
regular.
Mateta just aren't.
Yeah, not doing it. I have said, I think, having watched the games now, because I'm going to revise my predictions that I left on the show. I can see Palace sneaking into the Europa Conference if they have the luck.
Yeah, at
best. But I can see them, because I've got a feeling Man United are going to struggle a hell of a lot this season with getting their game planning into effect.
It's open. That's 7 places open.
Yeah, and with the fact
Chelsea.
that Ten Hag's got new players coming in, Chelsea, all them kind of things. I just think Palace are going to sneak in there under the radar, and I would love it. But I've got them doing it.
They
haven't watched Man City. Man United. They're going.
No, you're right with the Man United thing. I was just gonna say they've done Vieira dirty with the opening fixtures, man. Yeah, as if they want him to get sacked. Like, wait, the first 5, it was Arsenal, City, Liverpool, Villa away. And there's another away game as well. Like
tomorrow night, Nando's again, maybe.
If he comes, but if he comes through those games, watch how they're gonna fly. If he managed to come through them games with decent results, I mean, like no one really expected him to beat us. There was hope, but Liverpool and Man City, you're not looking to that. They're not the teams you're looking to pick up points against. But your Man United, your Chelsea's, and whatever, they will take points off people.
Yeah. Even Man City, they're Man City's bogey team, so you don't.
Yeah,
you never know.
Took 4 points off from last season. Yeah, exactly.
And they can do damage to Liverpool. I thought their counter-attacking.
This is what I'm saying to you.
Would have been a lot higher,
you saw what Liverpool were like. They're not on it yet.
Yeah.
Fulham gave them a run for the money. They got lucky with that game.
Yeah.
They got lucky with that game. You know what I mean?
But you have to do this. The thing is, like, you have to go for these teams. Like, West Ham did it for a good 15 minutes in that game where they said, "Fuck this!" Like, and they went at City. And when you do that, like, you can, if you escape that 5-6 seconds when they try and win the ball back with Pep's team, you can give them a go. Like, they're great. They're great. They're near as perfect as we've seen in a long time. But these guys can be got at. They can, like, let's not get it. They can be got at. But you can't be scared. Like, West Ham was so scared. It was pathetic the first half an hour. And then when they started going at them, I was like, they were creating chances. I was like, Scamacha, I was like, you can go for them, but you just can't be scared. Too many teams just go there and just
and
they're afraid of like getting blown away 3-4-0 in the first 20 minutes.
Like,
you've got to match them. You've got to match them. You've got to match them. You've got to be in their face.
So, in terms of ratings, we're going to start off with Aaron Ramsdale. Moss, how would you rate Aaron Ramsdale's performance?
Solid 7. A few hiccups with his kicks, but two saves that are underrated. I mean, tough saves to make, and he made them look easy, really.
Yeah. I agree with the 7. What about you, Will from Crab?
Yeah, I'm cool with the 7. He did what he needed to do. He wasn't majorly tested. People say those are the saves that you should make as a keeper, but he still got to be made. And the one from the header that could have gone. I think Edward should have headed it down, but he headed it in a place that it needed saving. And the 1-on-1 left the player with no option but to hit straight at the keeper. He did his job. Solid 7. Clean sheet.
Yeah, I'd give him a 7. I'd say the negatives are some of those moments where he needs to start cutting that out. He's doing every goalkeeper we get. What is up with that?
Nah, do you know what? I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think he does need to, but I watch Edison and Allison a lot, and they have a lot of scary.
Yeah.
I think
Edison definitely. Yeah,
Edison. He did one in the Man City game. He did one.
The thing is, though, Edison is he just Edison definitely does those shaky things. It's just they don't happen as much because they've got the ball for 90% of the bloody game.
I think it does happen, but because we're not fans, like you don't feel it as much. Because you know when you see Ramsdale get it, as soon as he makes half a mistake, you're like, oh no. But because I think that's in a way because I was doing the exact same thing. Crap, I was.
But also, it's like you can do those things. Like the reason why Edison gets away with it is it's when he does it, it doesn't affect the team. When Ramsdale does it, the team it affects the team's momentum. Like they get a bit shaky and a bit, you lose that confidence a little bit. It's like you can't do that at certain points in the game. Like you have to be. It doesn't affect them when they do it. Yeah.
I think you're right. Different. I think that's a big point, and that's probably why it gets highlighted a bit more because it did change the game at that moment.
Yeah, Palace start getting more confident. It doesn't happen with City.
Sometimes you just bomb it to the corner.
Yeah, just hoof it sometimes. Don't be afraid. Like
we got Gabriel Martinelli.
We're gonna have to whenever you play with a keeper that plays with his feet, you're gonna have those moments. They're gonna because when if you've got a keeper like with Leno, we didn't have those moments because he just hoof it all the time.
You don't want
as soon as you start. As soon as he started. Oh yeah, exactly. As soon as you started the thing, he was like, "Oh God, don't get me started on Petr
check." The Ramsdale like that pass he made for Zinchenko. Did you see the?
That's the payoff. That's the payoff. You it's high risk football, but when it pays off,
it's the style
it pays off big time.
Yeah, Zinchenko's got the ball at the halfway line after a goal kick to feet with space. So it's like, I give him a 7. I would even push potentially an 8 because it wasn't like, even though those dodgy moments, it wasn't like detrimental. But I think it was, it's a bit shaky, but all good. And then the Eze thing, like, I hate when strikers score under the goalie's legs. Like Eze should have scored, but he should have gone in the corner.
He
went under. Ramsdale made it big, but when goalkeepers do that, they let them leave that space where they go through the legs. It's one of those things. Like, it's like the near post. It's like if you're a goalkeeper, do not concede a goal through your legs and don't.
I haven't played fundamentals. It depends on
unless
the pace
they smack
of
it.
the ball.
If they smack it,
if they smack it near post, then you can't do nothing.
If you're getting finessed in the near post, it's your mistake. It's only your mistake.
Yeah. And and another thing that for me with goalkeepers, I hate when they talk about it going through the legs because as a keeper, you have to keep yourself balanced. So between your legs is the most vulnerable position. So
it's true. But into the next position. All right, we don't need to speak too long on this guy. Number for Benjamin White at right back.
Okay.
Moss, what are you saying?
What's that?
Ben White.
Oh yeah, I gave him a 6 earlier.
6. What are you saying, Will?
7.5. 7.5 because it's clean sheet up against our half, first game of the season, out of position. 7.5.
What are you saying, Crab?
I give him a 6.
I go in between you and Will. I'd say 7. I say 7. All right, Moss. What about? We'll give you Saliba as well.
It's almost a 9, 8.5, I guess.
Oh, what for you stopped him from getting a 9 or a 10?
There was a couple times where it was scrambly back there. I mean, he dealt with it, but could have been cleaner. But no, he was commanding. He'll get more commanding as he's comfortable with everyone back there.
Yeah.
And but yeah, he was pretty much the player of the game. Him and Martinelli.
Yeah. What about you, Wilf and Saliba?
Solid 9. What drops him from being a 10 is because of the opposition. He wasn't really tested like with high quality opposition.
Yeah, it wasn't too hard.
It wasn't like a front three he had to really deal with. But what he did well, and he was accomplishing calm and everything you want from a centre back. So a solid 9.
And you, Crab?
Yeah,
I'm gonna give him a 10. I love that guy. I'm gonna give him a 10. I'm just thinking with the Eze chance, like, was it Was it? I mean, the pass from Zaha was brilliant. But
Nah,
I'm trying
it was
to think
it was
if someone
Ødegaard.
stepped up.
Ødegaard fell asleep. Ødegaard.
Yeah.
No, Odegaard's chasing back into that.
No,
spot.
yeah, I agree with that.
We
No,
watched
Oh yes, because Odegaard was covering.
Yeah,
He was in that
Ben
position.
White
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
chicken with a head.
Ben White lost the ball.
That was a
No,
good
you are
ball.
right.
That was a good ball. That weren't Odegaard's fault.
Watch it back.
Because I
watch
remember
it
our
back.
line was pretty. Our defender Gabriel was
Odegaard
pretty
chasing
flat.
back as he
No.
realizes Ben White's
Yeah.
gone.
I mean, it was
No,
such
no,
a good
Ben-
ball. It's one of those ones where you can't
Ødegaard was
Odegaard
there,
wasn't. Yeah.
but I'm not blaming him. I'm not
But he
saying like
couldn't be at
this is-
right
I'm not-
back.
I know, but like if you're
He didn't
there, you
step
can't
up.
fall asleep though.
Yeah,
Do
you
you know what I
can't. You
mean?
got to step up if
Moss,
you're lying.
He
Yeah.
was trying
You
to. He
can't-
saw what was happening.
No, are you
Yeah.
talking the one that went in between him and Gabriel?
Yeah,
Whenever they
because
got the
what
good
happened?
chance.
Yeah,
No. Watch it again. Promise you, because if you're a coach, even
And Ben
Arteta
White
spoke
over
about
on
it.
the left wing,
Yes.
man.
Yes, but if you're covering Moss, what are you? Then what's the point
Well,
you
he's
being
trying
there?
to. It was an excellent pass.
I know.
I don't think that the space between him and the centre back was
It was
too big.
No.
I don't
in
think
that
it was because of the right
It
because
was a great
he was
pass.
playing down the right because he was playing down the right hand side. If he goes that far out, he can't go out to him to close him down because he would get lost. If he comes in
He was
quick
trying to
tire,
get to
he
the
just
spot.
goes down the outside of him. He
What I would
just
tell
plays
you,
it. He plays it diagonally.
What has always been told to me by one of my best coaches in them situations is
But
not
Tereak,
get. Do
most
not.
midfielders are never doing what Odegaard did there.
Wait,
Some
what's-
aren't even getting there.
No. This is what this is. But when we talk about Ødegaard in general, overall, when Ødegaard chases back, he does worry me at times because like last season,
I can agree.
He's not a defender.
No, he's not a defender. But this is what I'm saying. If you're playing in midfield and you're expected, like Granit Xhaka makes a lot of tracking
Where's
back.
Party? Where's Party then?
No,
Where's
because like
Saka? No, it's up to Odegaard to be there.
No, but
because
Pai's the DM. He can't drift from that. In
Listen,
front of the two.
Ødegaard is in the right central position. Yes, Benjamin White gives
So
it
he
away.
has
It's
to
his
cover
fault.
that right back.
But
Yeah.
if you're a right centre mid, just as like Xhaka's playing
He
left
was
centre
doing
mid,
what he should
and-
be. He
yeah.
was trying to get there.
but this is what I'm saying. Like I understand about Ødegaard, but he fell asleep. As a coach always said to me,
He missed the
do not
ball.
let
He
the-
tried.
No. Do not let the ball go inside of
In
you.
between,
Whatever you do, let it go out wide, and then you can react.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I hear what you're
But
saying. I hear what you're saying.
But it was
You can't
a
have it
great
both
pass.
ways.
It was a
If
great
you're going to
pass.
be fluid, you can't have it both ways. You can't be
Exactly.
fluid in
No.
going for. You have to be
You can't
fluid in
be fluid
defense
in
as well.
defense.
You
It's
can't
fine.
Yeah,
have it
totally.
both ways. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
And that we will
We'll-
get better.
We'll
at
get onto
We
that
will
guy.
better
We'll
at
get onto that guy.
Yeah, because we got to talk more about Ødegaard.
That guy, man.
But so Gabriel Moss, what about Gabriel?
Solid. He had a couple mistakes, and Saliba made up for it. But teams don't even test us now in the air. It feels like,
He's
like
very strong, isn't he?
he's so strong in the air, and now he keeps it simple. He was, almost an 8. 7.58.
Yeah. 7. I'd say an 8 because I thought he was really strong in the air. Yeah, he was pretty decent. What about you, Will?
8.5. When you come out a game like that with a clean sheet,
Yeah,
and you're tested, and you're gonna have mistakes, because everybody on that pitch would have made a mistake at some point, but it's highlighted when you're in defense.
Yeah.
Coming out of that game, first game of the season at Palace, intense. You're playing against next to someone that you haven't played loads with, and it's his debut, and you can rely on each other. 8.5 for me, clean sheet. 8.5.
Yeah. There you go. 8.5. What about you, Crab? What you saying?
I'm gonna.
I'm not a mod. I can't do anything.
I don't like doing the 0.5.
We got mods in the chat, Eddie.
I'm gonna go 9. I'm gonna go 9. I think
Nine.
he was solid, but there's a couple moments, but I think he just looked composed, especially when they were attacking down by the byline. He was there and he was blocking it. He was helping Ramsdale out. He wasn't putting everyone else in danger. Like, he was good. Him and Saliba, it was good.
Solid. I thought he was very strong aerially, defending with the crosses at the back.
Yeah.
When Mateta came on, he tried to peel onto him, but he was just too strong. Wins a lot of free kicks as well, Gabriel. I think he's very good at that. What about Zinchenko? Moss, what's your thoughts on him? And what rating?
I'd give him an 8.
8?
Just really happy to have him on the team, and just his passing's unbelievable. There was a few times I think Wilf, I was yelling at him pretty hard to get wide. When we're passing it around and he's just not getting out wide quick enough. But man, he's going into the mid, getting interceptions, looking for those through balls. I'd be happy to see him play where Xhaka is, to be honest.
And what about you, Wilf? What
Yeah.
rating?
I'll give him an 8.5. He tied at the end, but for all this
That
things
header was magic.
Yeah, it's just his, and also his switching of the play when he needed to, his accuracy in that. He handled the atmosphere great. He handled the players he was playing against great. As I said before, when he got tired, he adjusted his game. We were never weak with him on the pitch. So 8.5 for me for his first game.
Yeah, there you go, 8.5. I'd
That
probably
header,
say,
Tereak. Come on, Tereak, that header.
Yeah.
How many left backs in
good.
all of EPL do that, where he heads it back into the perfect spot?
It was a very good header. It was very good. And B&B, I would say, probably because of those moments where he gave it away when Eze had the opportunity and he's been out of position.
He did get beat a few times, but Saliba cleaned it up.
Yeah, I mean, that's expected. Zaha's going to beat you a few times. I mean, Zaha will. Who's the best right back in the world? Zaha's beating them. Do you know what I'm saying? So I expect that, but it's the reason why you probably go a bit down is because of that Eze moment, which he gave it away. I would.
We don't ask him to do a lot of ball play, so it's hard to give him a high rating.
So just to move it on quick, I'm going to give you one player each now. So Crab, what are you saying about Thomas Partey?
8. I think defensively solid, moved the ball quick as well, which I liked. As soon as he got the ball, he looked up and moved it quick.
That's the difference between him and now
He wears the other team's mids out because they don't get open.
I like that. He passes it to those two clowns next to him, but he moved it quick, which I liked. I like Thomas Partey, but he wasn't as involved. I'd say that's the only thing. I think he was a bit quiet, which is fine. Yeah, it's fine, but I can't really give you. You know, usually he's a bit more box to box, even in that he does a bit more than you think. In some games, he's like. He's helping with the attack at home, which is why I'm like, he did his job, and so I'll give him an 8. But I'm happy with that.
Hear that, Moss? Oh, I don't know what to give this one to. Moss, I'll give you Granit Xhaka.
I thought it'd be our captain.
Oh, you should
Xhaka. Yeah, you did.
I know. I'm going to give everyone Erdegaard because it's going to be interesting.
Tereak, like you said, in person, he looks better.
Thank you. Because
who's that, Xhaka?
Yes. When you see him talking,
you can see how smart he is. He's always in the right little hole.
Well, we've always known that about his game. I think if people deny that, they are just hating him.
I'm never going to give him hype for being a good defender, and his mental aptitude is terrible. But Ben, he is a lot smarter. You can tell his dad was a coach and he's played midfield his whole life because he's always in the right little pockets.
He doesn't hide.
His shithousery is second to none. His shithousery, I love.
That's one thing. I mean, I know we can't all stand him.
He was trying to be nice.
That's the one thing. Don't hide if you're a central midfielder. Jack, to be fair to him, he doesn't hide.
He does
dumb shit, but he doesn't hide.
No.
And that's it. I agree.
I would have gave him an 8. Yeah, I would have given him an 8.
Hey, this is my favorite part of the show. Nice little Xhaka praise on that. You know what I mean? Let's move on.
I was praising him on the watch long, and I can't stand it. But in that thing, I was like, you know what? Xhaka is having a good game.
We were all three of us were not Xhaka guys. And
I wish I was there, man. I wish I was there for the watch along. I would have cried. Wilf, Wilf will start with you, but I want to hear everyone's thoughts because I know Moss and Crab are going to have a big debate here. Our skipper, Martin.
Yeah, just remember that. Our captain, Arsenal Football Club captain, before you pick your ratings, guys, just remember that. Our captain.
You know what? I'm going to give him a 6. And why I would do that is because what happens with Odegaard
Norwegian
is he never goes completely missing. Yeah, he should have, or you could argue that he should have dominated the game more and whatever. But because everything else was going on around him, he did what he needed to do competently. He didn't put a foot wrong. He's not giving away penalties or unnecessary free kicks. It wasn't his best game by far, but he was still involved. And there's a lot. And again, this is something you see when you're at the ground. You talk about Xhaka's talking. His talking and his organisation on the pitch is so much better when you see him live.
Yeah.
And in that respect, you can see why he's captain.
He runs and he runs and he runs.
Yeah, he runs and he does his defensive stuff. And yeah, he might not be doing it on the ball, but he's closing down. He holds his position.
Press.
So yeah, he wasn't on fire, but a solid 6.
I agree. This is it. This is what I like about Ødegaard, because he gives, even if he's not performing great, he will still give you that. Like it was Özil, that's
you don't get
don't do that. Don't do that.
No.
Yeah. Thank you, Crab.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
But Crab, yeah, I think 6 is. I'd say 5. I would personally.
You're going 5
because of the amount of times he wasn't able to complete that pass.
5 is an average performance, yeah.
Which is his best attribute. Of course, he gives you all those other things. This is what we love.
7 at the least.
Nah, that's too nice.
That's
too nice.
He's gonna get negative points just because he's the captain as well. Like you can't hide if you're the captain. I'm giving him a 4, and I'm giving him a 4. I'm giving him more than I would originally.
He's why the other team is worn out.
Wow, that's hard.
Because the points you made around work rate and stuff, I appreciate that. I do appreciate that, especially when. But you're captain. You're attacking. You're of the 3 in the midfield. You're the one who's responsible for linking the attack and providing the ball to the strikers. And when you're in the box, you shoot. You don't. What was that? That chance in the box as well. What was that? And
I was telling him all off season.
And he's been doing that
on the right
last
foot.
season.
Work on the right foot. Hit that ball.
He hides in games. He's not impactful in games. You're the captain now. Like you can't. You have to be on it. You're the captain. You have to be putting out 7 out of 10s.
You gotta just shoot.
Like you have to be impactful in the games, especially in that midfield. And he wasn't.
I don't think he hides.
But he's got to let the ball.
He has work rate. He has work rate. But I need you to be. He does not dictate the tempo. Well, he wasn't in that game. He wasn't dictating the tempo at all, which he usually does when he's having a good. When he's having a good game, he dictates the tempo. Özil dictates the tempo.
But is that not necessarily? Again, he's one of the players that they would have gone after to try and cut down. So, because coming into this Palace game, there are a lot. Right, Saka, they would have said, we're still sticking. We're still sticking to 3-man on Saka. We need to stop the service to Ødegaard and whatever, because that was how we played before.
You guys were doing this.
Yeah. So I think he's suffering.
I agree with that, but I don't think they really targeted it. There was that one. You know what? There was that one challenge from Decore in that first half, which was like, I think that shook him up. And it's things like that. Like he was getting on the ball nicely. Decore just came in out of nowhere and cut him up. Yeah. And after that, he wasn't the same in the game. He wasn't the same in the game, which I think that's a concern. You know, you can't be letting yourself get bullied in the midfield. And you're right as well. You know, it's disappointing because I think a lot of Arsenal fans do really love this guy and they really want him to be the next. They want him to be the Özil with work rate.
He does what he's not quite sure,
but you can't be disappearing in these. In these away games,
but he's still young. Again, you got and I know it's
and technically he's a very good player.
Yeah, and what we suffer from with our club at the moment is because some of these brothers have been around for so long. All right, Ødegaard might not have been around along at ours, but Saka and all these men have been around for so long. We forget they're still young. These men ain't even 25 yet.
Are we still the youngest club?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we are.
I mean, they said it about 20 times in All or Nothing.
But it's
but this year
you have to.
I think we are.
These players are still developing. These players are still developing. When you're that, because we look at it like later in the season, people are going to be slating Martinelli for doing this and doing that, and all the rest of him not doing this. You forget the brother is still young. These brothers ain't even hit 25 yet. They're 2, 3, 4, in some cases 4 years off 25 years old. And you don't even start to peak as a footballer until you come close to that 25 mark. So
yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
I get that.
I'm gonna expect games like this from
away from home.
the likes of Odegaard. Yeah, away from goal, home, first game of
And
the season, don't know what to start. Yeah.
Yeah, but Guendouzi never hit when in the away games away from home.
And
And
when
he's young.
Guendouzi's a bit like, yeah, he had cost
What
us.
is he using his third
cost us
punch up?
in
with
the
a
game.
coach,
But they won us points too.
Yeah,
High risk,
yeah.
high reward.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what it is? I think I
Yeah.
agree with the young thing, but a lot of young players don't. You don't really look at the age when there's certain young players who are just like
Nuno scored it.
Yeah.
And I think Odegaard, like he's young, but he was signed at Real Madrid at what 16.
Yeah,
He's
Yeah, but this is what I'm
he's
saying
been-
to you.
he's
And
playing
but
football
we
at a high
expect
level
so
for
much more from him.
years. Yeah, we do.
We
have to, though. We have to.
I know. I'm not disputing that. I'm not
And
disputing
look
you're
what his
totally right
brother
about that.
man did at
But
Man City.
Sometimes we don't. If you're gonna expect that high level, you also need to caveat it and go, and actually, how many other 21, 22, 23-year-olds out there are captaining their side, let alone playing regular first team football in the center of midfield. So that's what you get with young players. You get inconsistency.
But I think we all, apart from Moss, maybe we're agreeing that it wasn't his best. It wasn't a good performance. Yeah.
No.
It wasn't terrible. It was like it was.
I got him working on that right foot crab, and
very
it's not letting
passive.
it go.
And then the goal, I didn't even bring up the goal as well. He was he wasn't awake for the goal, so it's like not the goal, sorry, the almost chance, the Eze chance.
Yeah.
And then the passing, like, come on, man. When you got the ball there, just shoot.
Just hit it.
This is what I'll say. This is my defense for him as well. I still think I'm still rating him 5, but my defense for him is once again that right hand side. This is why Martinelli and Zinchenko had space to run at, and that's why they were 1v1 a lot of the time, because the teams know our right hand side is the problem with Saka and Odegaard because they link up so well.
The
so
left side had space like crazy.
Decore was all the way over to the right, and he's meant to be their central defensive midfielder, and he was covering that area. So they know that. And in terms of the captain point of view, which is where B&B is saying here, I would look at Liverpool and Manchester City's captains, right? Ilkay Gundogan is the club captain now. He doesn't have a 7 out of 10 every game. And neither and Jordan. No, not every game. Not every game.
Gundogan is a solid 7 out of 10. Come on.
No, not every game. Not every game.
Not every game.
He does not have bad games.
No.
Henderson.
And then
Henderson,
this is it. By his standards, he does.
By Man City, but I'm saying in terms of
Gundogan, I can't agree with that. That guy is always effective in that game, and he's probably the least like of that midfield. He's probably the one that you go. He's not really the star. He's not Bernardo Silva. He's not De Bruyne.
Oh, you're joking?
No, but this
is it in the wall there?
Probably.
But this is what I'll say also, Crab. If you was to say Manchester City's best midfield, I bet it doesn't have Gundogan in there.
No.
See,
but he's not the captain though.
Yeah,
he's so much better in the middle.
He's now. Because it's Fernandinho, then Gundogan.
But he's reliable, and he doesn't hide.
Yeah. And so,
Odegaard
don't hide though. Odegaard doesn't hide.
I don't think he hides.
Gundogan, we can't.
Henderson isn't a 7. Henderson isn't
just not that good.
But he's club captain.
That Harvey Elliott looked way better.
True. I will
about that, but
yeah. But anyways, next player. We're gonna go on to onto the front three. I'll give you Martinelli. Moss, tell me why he was your man of the match.
Just like I said earlier, the fear factor he put into that club, because like you were just saying, they're worried about our right side so much with Odegaard and Saka. They wanted to make sure they had that side locked up and Odegaard covered. But man, like I was saying, Jesus could see it. Martinelli had acres of space. That's why you saw Zinchenko bombing up so much, because there was so much space, because they were scared of Martinelli. And he took advantage. He scored his 1 goal. But man, he, like Wilf, I think, said earlier, he should have scored that. He should have scored that early one too, big time.
Yeah. So, Wilf, what about the striker and Gabriel Jesus?
Martinelli, 8.5.
Yeah.
8. Jesus gets it's a tough one. I want to
Man,
give
look
him
at
a
my
9.
rankings. I'm usually way high on everything, so we got a lot
I
to
wouldn't give him a
There's a lot
9,
more to
but
come, boys.
I'm going to give him an 8.5. Because and Crab, you spot me on this one. Because he tried to do a little too much. I want him to just, like Crab made a good point. I want him to relax. 8.5. Nice 8.5. He did everything that you want him to do in the first game of the season. He was busy. He
Made them work.
Put himself about. He scared defenders.
Oh, my bad.
Probably should have used his teammates more. He needs to trust them a little bit more as the season goes on. But 8.5.
Well,
He was class. Is what we needed. I'll find that from Friday. I'll find that.
I must have pulled it out and it fell, maybe.
Yeah.
But and then Crab, Bukayo Saka.
I'll give Saka I'll give him a 7.
Yeah,
I think he was
Really.
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't. I even the same with Martinelli. Like these guys, it was one of the things. I was like, are they even playing? Like at some point, but you know what? Saka delivered the corner for the goal, pinpoint accuracy.
We were right there,
and he got the second goal, so he was impactful. Regardless,
we were right there.
I would give him a little bit less.
He was involved in.
He doesn't put that in. Eddie's ready to knock that in.
He was involved in both goals, but again, he was, whether that's because Mitchell was all over him or they were doubling up, he wasn't involved. And I think you've got to like try something a bit different and switch it up, come deep to get the ball. You got to do a bit more to get into the game, and I don't think he did. But ultimately, he was involved in both goals, so
he was effective. Yeah,
there you go, effective.
There you go. And
but I think I think he highlights this Arsenal team, so it's not just Saka, Odegaard.
Maybe they'll give me one.
Martinelli. There's so much threat from all over the place now. You can't play us like you played us last season.
Yeah, and I think they're going to be like that. I mean, teams are going to try and lock those two wingers in particular. They're going to have 20, 10, 15 minutes where they're not going to be involved. But as long as they're, when it matters, they're scoring and they're assisting and they're impactful and they're in those numbers. I'm okay with that. Saka did it in that game and Martinelli did in that game, even though he missed that sitter. But I think they'll get more chances with Jesus in that middle. They'll get a lot more space.
Hey, Moss, if you ask your hotel, they might be able to sort you out.
Yeah, they might just give me one. That happens probably all the time.
Yeah.
But
so,
I mean, go on.
Now carry on. What was you going to say? Because I got the next question.
No, it was something on what Crab said with, but let it go. Do you?
All right. So,
Eddie
and Ketia, because by the way, I'm just going to say he came on and that's probably he made a difference.
Wilf, what do you got to say to that? What do you got to say to that? What were the crowd chanting at the end of the game?
Yeah,
what was the crowd
Eddie,
chanting?
They was going. He looks hungry. He looks like he ain't eaten for weeks.
He was scoring that goal if Guehi didn't. Put it in.
Yeah. If it didn't take the deflection, Eddie would have yammed it. And I really wanted him to. And I've seen it.
So you got blocked that thing, Tereak, in your chat.
What is it back?
You get that spam,
yeah.
Moss is not a mod.
He needs to get. No, I got it. David's deleted it, but I've got to block it. But carry on. What did you say?
Right. What was I saying?
Nketiah, like look hungry.
Nketiah,
yeah. He didn't have long.
What I've noticed with since Jesus has come, Eddie has stepped up his game. He's I've heard Wrighty say this. Yeah. When you're playing with someone, you're like, oh, so this is what I need to do. This is what I need to do on a weekly basis. This is what I need to do in every touch that I have. It's not just for 5 minutes in the game. I've got to be constantly doing this. I've got to be constantly chasing it. And I think I'm seeing that with Eddie now. And Eddie's like, when I come on, I'm yamming things. I am gobbling up everything that is put in front of me. And that's the difference with him. He will get into double figures for goals this season.
Do you God forbid Jesus gets an injury and is missing? Do you trust Eddie and Nketiah to lead that line effectively?
Yes.
For a period. Yeah.
Yeah, not for the whole season, but for a period.
He's 1 year younger.
How many goals do you think he's going to get? Double figures, all comps.
I think he's getting 15 or
I think that's fair. He's going to like those Europa League group stage games are a joke. So he'll be starting in the Europa League. Won't he?
Yeah. I trust him to get 15 and close to double figures in the Prem.
Yeah. Ooh, I hope so.
Close to double figures in the Prem. If he gets the game time, close to double figures in the Prem. You watch.
And he will. He will when the season gets a bit sticky.
Yeah.
In September, I think.
Yeah, they'll have to take Jesus off earlier and things like that.
Yeah.
Also, Kieran Tierney. What about Kieran Tierney, guys?
It's all right for his little bit of time.
Good seeing him back.
Yeah.
Good seeing him back. I think we will see when Kieran Tierney's back. I would think we will see Zinchenko in that Xhaka
midfield
and Tierney playing left back. I think we're going to rest Xhaka a lot more when both of them are fit, as opposed to them challenging for that left back position.
Yeah.
Maybe at home we'll see that actually as well, because Zinchenko in the midfield's more attacking. But that's the thing with that Xhaka thing. The position that player in the game, you can just see it. It's like every time I'm seeing us attack and I see where Xhaka picks up the ball, in my head I'm like, imagine if that was Tielemans in that position. Did you see him on the weekend?
Did you see Tielemans balling?
Yeah.
Oh my god! But it's like
apparently he can't run. Apparently, I got told.
Exactly. Yeah, 25 million. It's like I think it must be. We
Oh.
must be signing him, because I'm looking at him like, you get someone like that. Like, it's perfect. It's perfect for the way we're playing.
That's the key. But see, the thing is, I think what they're probably looking at with Tielemans is if we can get someone either slightly better and more mobile, then we'll take him. But we know Tielemans is there. He ain't going nowhere. Nobody else.
They're worried about his defensive contributions.
I don't even.
Yeah, they're worried about. It just doesn't make sense for 25 minutes for a Prem proven.
He's got no. He's not really. He's not really fast. Yeah. I'll take him. Don't get me wrong. I will take him.
He has to.
I don't think there's no rush. I don't think there's no rush. And I think me and Moss was saying, come the end of the transfer window, he's probably going to go for more like 20 than 25.
And he wants to leave. Yeah.
Do you know what? Quick word on Lokonga, then we'll move right into the Tielemans.
Right, go.
Lokonga, what was your thoughts on him? Because I think he came on and he did all right. But when I ask you about him, I'm talking about how do you think what role he's gonna play this season? Do you think
sub in a lot?
Yeah, sub in. What about you, Wilf? Do you think he's gonna?
I think he's gonna sub in a lot. He's gonna play higher up the pitch. He's gonna play sort of 8. More, whether it's right side 8 or left side 8, I don't know. He's probably going to be right side 8.
Play Europa.
He'll play Europa. He'll play. I think you'll see him more in the home games, where we need a little bit more of an attacking platform, where Partey can sit in there on his own. You won't see him too many away games and stuff, but he'll definitely.
Would you play Zinchenko, Lokonga, Fabio Vieira together? Maybe a Europa easy game?
Yeah, I would.
That would be a trifecta.
Yeah, I wouldn't. But then you'd have to play Zinchenko and Tierney in the same game. Do you know what I mean? Like,
that's nothing wrong with that. That's what I want.
If Tierney breaks down, then Zinchenko's going to have to play Thursday, Sunday, and we might see a drop off.
He can do it. Trust me. He's Ukrainian.
He couldn't. I'm thinking in terms of fitness levels, it's very difficult. I think, bearing in mind, just a quick word on the Europa League. The Europa League is more difficult than when we were last in it. Do you want to know why?
Yeah, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly.
I think people are.
And it's important to win the group, because you win the group, you go to round of 16.
They reduced it, isn't it? In some leagues, it's only the 6th team. Fifth. Or there's only one team from some leagues now in the Europa League, because the Conference League. So
it's 2 teams in the Prem, because it's 2 teams if a Champions League team wins the FA Cup. That's what it is. Otherwise, if say like West Ham won the FA Cup and they finish 8th or whatever, then it's still only 5th. But the Europa League's harder. Then I hear people say, "Oh yeah, you can just play the kids." You can't do that anymore, because the
The
I
group
watched
stage is
it so
pretty
much
awful.
more last year.
No,
Holy Christ.
Crab.
Outside the group stage, I agree, but that group stage is awful.
No, Crab. The
quality
group
in there.
stages are hard now. No,
It's
because
harder.
different.
Yeah.
Napoli were playing Leicester. Who else was in Leicester's group?
They won't be in our groups though. Like we're gonna get like, come on, like there's Omanoa.
No, because we're seeded. Because we're seeded.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
We'll get one easy team.
Sport, Dnipro, like come
But
on.
we will still.
Hard.
We'll get one. We'll get one easy team, Chris.
Yeah, it's true. Honestly, people, like the Europa League is harder because of the Conference League. That's why they added it, because there was too much crap in the Europa League. But now
they go to conference.
Well, they did it mainly to get
But
more money.
I actually think if you, what is he saying? Tielemans, Vieira, and who else in that midfield?
I said
Playing in the
Zinchenko.
Europa. Zinchenko. Seriously, with the level of the group stage, even with the teams are there, I'd be okay with that. And we should have enough to get through with those men there. It's not like we're playing back when we had, the crap.
Yeah.
We should be able to get through with that.
It's for when people say play the kids, though, when people are expecting Patino to play in there and beat.
Oh, no, he'll get a run out.
He'll
get a run out. You're not going to play him 90 minutes or 70 minutes.
Yeah, that might be a bit. I would agree with that. But like Lokonga, I'd start Lokonga in the Europa.
Exactly.
I'd start with Nelson if he's still around. Like, I'd do that. But I wouldn't throw Patino in there as a start. No way.
Yeah.
No, but you'll throw him in the later stages when if we're
60th
through,
minute, 70 minute,
60 minutes when we've won. If we've won the group and we've got 2 games to 1 or 2 games to go, then you're going to fling him in there. And I think that's what people mean when they say play the kids, because it's not like when we played the Irish team and whatever, do it where from the start. When like Champions League, if you qualify early doors Champions League, you're putting out second string. You know what I mean? You're giving.
I remember this comment when the first team we play in the Europa League hasn't got a coach or who haven't got their badge.
But watch.
Remember this comment.
Right. If we breeze past it, that's because we're good. Watch, Man United are going to struggle not because they're not good players. No, but but they were, even when they were terrible, they were still breezing past into the Europa League. It's not that easy anymore. Leicester last season, after they finished 5th, when they should have qualified for the Champions League,
they were having a season last
year. They got knocked out.
Look at West Ham.
Hammers were working everyone.
West Ham would have probably won it if it wasn't for Crespo. Let's be honest. They would have bet. They were probably one of
they were
not the best team.
But
there's just some really bad. Like there's some.
But the key is win your group.
Isn't this season, if you win your group, you don't play any teams that drop out of the Champions League?
You miss it completely.
No, I think you
still miss Champions League, guys.
No, you miss out the group when the first group round where the Champions League come in.
Yeah.
You don't play.
Yeah.
Instead of going to round of 32 and maybe getting a Champions League, you skip it to the round of 16.
Because some of those teams, like Napoli or something, might finish second and end up playing like a Dortmund or something like that. And it's key. So you get a lot. We've got. I mean, let's be honest. When you look at the teams in the Europa League, like just from the very beginning, we've got to be one of the favorites. Like we have to consider ourselves.
You can't look at it yet because you still get the Champions League qualifiers into the Europa League as well.
Even.
Depends who it is. Every time we're in it, bloody Atletico Madrid or something decide to have a stinker.
Exactly. They'll drop out of it. Yeah,
Real Madrid will just go and come third.
Come third. And Barcelona and Bayern Munich, all them man there just drop out.
Barcelona 100% are coming in that Europa League and the Bambi. I see already.
Right.
And he's scoring in the final minute against us.
He's scoring, exactly.
This could happen though. This is the Europa League. You could get like a decent Italian side, which you think they're the dangerous ones, and then the third team is a team based in Turkey. And we saw as Arsenal fans in the Champions League, that's not easy. Then. So
it's not.
And then
they
the
fourth team would get through.
Yeah,
exactly.
I think that's true. It's just that group stage is just.
It's not as, trust me, bro, it's not as bad anymore.
It's not as easy as it was. But that said, we still expect it to go through. I agree with Crab. We'll be one of the favourites to win.
You'd expect
I still think I'm sticking with my finishing third with a cup, whether it's Europa, FA Cup, League Cup, whatever. I think we're finishing third this year with a cup.
Is Marseille in it?
No, Champions League.
No, Champions League.
Oh shit, Roma are in it though. Mourinho. They're going to be tough.
Yeah, listen,
That's
there's
a
some
tough team.
good teams.
What about
There's some
Ramsey?
good teams in
Cup
Europa.
guy Ramsey and Nice.
Nice, Nice are very good. Nice.
Jamaica.
No, I think Nice missed out on it this year.
Weren't
Or they might be Champions
Europa?
League.
Or
No,
is it
they're
Ren?
Europa.
Ren in
No,
there,
Rennes.
or-
Rennes
Is
is
it
Europa.
Yeah, Rennes are the one.
Rennes,
Yeah, actually,
yeah.
the logos are very similar. Yeah, so
That's
Roma,
who.
like, there are
What's them gone to,
good
innit?
teams.
That's who Balogun's
Bal-
gone to, innit?
Balogun's
Rennes.
there, yeah.
Oh,
No,
Rom.
Ream.
That's
Ream.
Ream. Yeah, yeah.
Ream.
Yeah,
What
so
about-
like, not Betis, sorry.
En français,
Lazio,
Real
United, Roma, Arsenal are probably the favourites starting off from the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And then
wouldn't even say-
whoever,
Roma are going to be a
depending on whoever
problem.
drops
though,
down.
people.
Yeah, Roma are going to be
Oh,
a
yeah.
problem with Mourinho.
Yeah.
Like,
They're-
he knows.
With
They're
Dybala
probably
and
the favourites, to be honest.
Wijnaldum.
Yeah, and the signings they made, they
Tammy.
got good players and they got Mourinho.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But
Mourinho's a cup manager. Yeah.
yeah, he knows he got that Conference League. He's gonna know how to do it. He's won the Europa League before as well.
no,
Crab,
that's it.
Crab, did you watch all of the All or Nothing?
Yeah, I'm up to date.
Oh yeah. So when's the other one? Friday? Come 3 more?
I think
Yeah.
Thursday, another 3, right? Every Thursday.
Yeah, if they drop like 4 in the morning, that's why I woke up and I was like, should I wait till? No, I'm watching it now. So I started dropping it like about 4 in the morning.
It's all right. I do like I'm loving like the Saka and Smith Rowe attention in there, and
Yeah.
you can see Saka's just like the most popular kid at the club. Like,
Yeah, he's
everyone
way
loves
more
him.
outgoing than I
He's
thought.
really,
He's way
yeah,
more
he is.
outgoing.
Whereas Smith Rowe is. We always knew Smith. They've always had this. Smith Rowe is really shy
Yeah,
and like
is.
really quiet.
I thought that
But
was
I
interesting.
like it. But
He's
I
a
am
good-
finding this one a bit bored. Like, just I think the Europe factor that they had in
This
the
next
City
one's gonna be
Spurs,
good.
it adds a bit more. I'm thinking this one. I feel like this one's a little bit same. It's a bit just the production, not the fact that it's Arsenal. But I feel like
Yeah.
that European element that they had for the Spurs one and the City one. I think the dynamic and the episodes were a bit more. There's a bit more to them. I don't know. This one just feels a bit flat to start off with.
I think, do you know
Actually,
what?
I think it's probably
You know
because the beginning of the season was flat, so it's gonna.
Yeah, it might even
It's
be
gonna
that.
be
Like
good.
maybe the Aubameyang
Well,
Xhaka one might be good.
The
might be
Aubameyang's
really
about to happen in the next.
I mean, the
episode.
Aubameyang,
Yeah.
but knowing them, it'll be 5 minutes. Like, it'll be less than that. It'll be a 30-second convo, and then that's it.
Yeah,
But I'm gonna
also,
answer this know-how question though. Go on, T. Sorry.
I was going
What
to
are you
say
gonna
as
say?
well, this is with the whole production. You got to remember at that point, COVID was still rife as well. So
Yeah.
it was quite
Yeah.
difficult to get as close. Like they could
Good
stick cameras
stuff.
there,
Yeah,
but they
that's true.
couldn't.
To be
Yeah,
fair. It's a
really
fair
good.
point.
Really,
So you can
in
tell
the
it's just
normal.
not as. Yeah, there's something
Yeah.
a little bit missing about
Missing,
it. I think compared
yeah.
to the Spurs and City one, it was really like.
I don't
together.
watch no Spurs, so you'll have.
Yeah,
to...
I've just saw the City one, but I wouldn't watch the Spurs one. But
I
I
enjoyed
love
The Spurs one is good because of Mourinho. Mourinho is
Yeah.
a very entertaining
See-
factor in it.
He told
Make
Danny
it
Rose to
go.
basically do one,
Yeah,
man.
it was just so
Ah.
funny.
Yeah,
makes
that's-
sense.
I might watch it. I might watch it.
I think that one is
But
better.
I
I love
mean,
this.
yeah.
I did like the City one because, and obviously they won something, so it's kind of like it. But the Spurs one is probably the most entertaining, just because Mourinho is just.
he
brilliant.
told Danny Rose and Dele Alli basically to grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So it was,
I
Yeah,
would
see you
too.
later.
but,
I mean, it's the innovative mindset of Arteta, and for me, seeing the little things that the players do around the club, how they are going into games, how they
Yeah.
felt.
I
That
expect
that
from
for me
Arsenal,
is
though.
one of the
That's
things.
always felt like,
Yeah, yeah.
especially the latter Wenger years. I feel like that culture there, he brought that in with those young English players. Yeah, like a
Yeah,
different
and
one with the
that's
French-
what I
with
was
the-
interested in seeing. Yeah.
with the French core, and then he moved to the British core, and
Yeah.
I feel like that. I was
Yeah.
It was
expecting that.
Wasn't it kind of neat that the foreign guys all have kind of like someone that they go to and talk about things?
Yeah.
with?
Did you notice that
That
they were
was a good
using when it
idea.
was Lacazette was the one that they were getting to make the new guys
Yes.
feel more comfortable? Did you
Yeah,
see that?
yeah,
It was
yeah.
like we need someone to get.
You could tell like,
Nuno
they were going to
Tavares worried
Lacazette.
me, but it made sense. Nuno Tavares looked like he's really unsettled, which is why it makes sense
Yeah.
to go out on loan. He did not look
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he's introverted though, isn't he? So he's
Yeah, he
he
is.
speak a lot.
And then
And
the
he-
sports psychologist asking him already, like,
What's
you know,
the
sometimes
brother's
you're-
name? Oh, I love him.
Carlos Cuesta.
Carlos Cuesta.
Yeah, Carlos
Very
Cuesta.
good, man.
Bad boy.
27.
Important role.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
But I do hope they show some tactical stuff because they did that they showed Pep
don't
and
think they will.
Mourinho. I have a fear,
Yeah, they
that
did
they
show
won't
Pep,
show any of
yeah.
it. But I'd like to see some of Arteta breaking that. Like I want to see that. I want to see what the manager,
Yeah.
like one game, just show some of
Yeah.
this. They had it when they were showing Pep when they were talking about the
Yeah.
FA Cup game against Arsenal. And he
Yeah.
was pointing out certain players, and he was like, "They're going to
Right,
cut in
yeah.
from here." And I
Well,
was
yeah,
like,
they were,
"That's
yeah.
It was
Yeah,
great.
I wanna
And
see some of that. I
Mourinho
wanna
did the
see
same thing. They had him. Mourinho breaking
Arteta
out
was
games
doing
in
a bit
Europe.
of that.
Arteta was
No, I
drawing
think they would-
brains and
yeah.
hearts and
Yeah,
fairies and
but I think that
dragons.
was because he done it. Yeah, he done
He
his
needed
team
to
talk
do
by
it
the
at that
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
But in answer to
He
this
is funny,
question
though.
from Noah, in
Yeah.
answer to Tielemans every day, all day, every day.
You're not a
Tielemans.
fan of Madison, are you?
Madison.
Too much, Will.
Don't get. I think he's a good player, but the
Yeah.
kind of price that people are setting on him, I think is ridiculous.
How much would you pay for
I do
for
rate
Madison?
him. I do rate him, but what is it? They were asking for him
Asked
from
for
me
80
78,
million.
78 million. Nah,
I mean,
he's
it's
a
the Sancho
50
price.
million.
It's the Sancho price.
Nah, he ain't Sancho level. No way.
Nah, not
No
technically,
way.
no. But I think he's more. But he's more impactful. He's more impactful in the league from what we're seeing.
Yeah, for now.
And he
For
makes
now,
free
but
kicks, passes,
Sancho's in
goals.
that Man United side. Sancho's in that Man United side, so he's not been
He
able
gets
to
play
do
that
that yet.
role. Like,
Plus,
But for me, Madison is no more than 50 million.
and plus,
No,
take
Ma-
all the free kicks.
Madison's not from South London, so Will's not going to rate him.
Exactly. When he's not from South London, you know that price is dropping straight away.
Nah, do you know what? If money's not okay, if money's not an option, I'm saying Madison, but that's with the caveat I've not watched enough of Fabio Vieira play live. I've seen a lot of his comps and his highlights. He looks really good. Then if he's like those comps and he does that on a consistent basis, then we don't need Madison. But
my battery.
But
Do you really think Madison fits into our system now?
That's the only thing I was thinking.
No,
I'm not sure
not
about him in
anymore.
3.
Yeah, I don't see him.
Tereak, did you see the Marquinhos highlights?
Oh yeah. I saw it. It's under 21.
Holy.
It's under 21s already.
Come on, though. He looks way too good for them.
Yeah, I mean Balogun was looking really good for the under 20. And Eddie, our boy Eddie, and Nelson, he's someone who was amazing.
Oh my god, is he back in the under 23s? What the hell? That Reece Nelson. Yeah, we can't keep doing that.
Yeah.
Just sell it.
Yeah, he's got to go. It's not good for it.
Yeah, he
it's not
can't be
good for
going
his
on loan.
confidence.
It really isn't. You can't be going on loan and come back.
Marquinhos reminds me of a young Alexis Sanchez. A young
He was
one.
in the Europa League semi-final. He was playing well for Feyenoord, and then to come back and then straight in the reserves. Like, come on, man.
Nah,
just
it's
sell
not
it.
good for his.
Just sell
Yeah,
it.
just let the boy go. Let the boy go.
Yeah, I don't like that. Why are you holding on to him?
Yeah.
How do we get rid of Mainsley? Is the question.
We should have sold him.
I think he's gonna.
I know.
I know.
Getting
We
rid
should.
of this guy.
I've got a feeling he will play a part for us this season. I've got
Nah, I
sneaky
think he's
suspicion. Ainsley will.
He's got some talent, but yeah, he'll be starting in the
Are
Europa
you
League.
still allowed to loan him? Like the millionth loan?
Nah.
He's just like he looks really good in some games and competent, and in others, it's just like he just does like it's like what are you doing? Like wake up, like just focus. But others,
Where was you?
like, I remember,
the game you played before, play that game.
Yeah,
the game you
that
played
game
before,
against
play
Watford.
that game.
The one against Watford in the Premier League last season, he was brilliant as a centre.
Learn to be a right wing back, dude.
This is it. I think Ainsley Maitland-Niles is gone. But let's move on to transfers for the remaining 8 minutes of the show.
Yeah.
So Tereak, as you can see right here, I'll bring it up on the screen. He's gone.
The guy.
Yes, finally.
He's
how much did we get for him?
About 6-7 million euros.
7 mil, I think.
God.
Yeah, it's not
It's
great.
the thing that's like, it's not great. Like, he's had 2 very good seasons in Serie A. Like, he's been pivotal. Like, he's been a pivotal player for both Fiorentina and where is he before? And it's almost like if he was a Chelsea player, they're getting 25 million for him after those seasons.
I don't know. I think it shows. There's something about
Bakayoko they got
him
30 million for. Like,
yeah, I know, but it's something about his temperament. I think it shows something about
Liverpool
temperament. Look when he was at Atletico Madrid, yeah. When Partey does, they were like, no, you're not playing, If you can play along with Partey, and his temperament has got something to do with it.
And watch, Tereak will do awesome at the World Cup, and we'll be like, oh my god.
He's a good player.
Yeah,
I'm just like, we should have got more money for him, but I wouldn't have kept it. But we got to negotiate some of these deals.
No, but you think about it. You said yourself that he had 2 good seasons in Serie A, and the teams that were in for him didn't go, actually, he's a player that we need to stump up this extra 2-3 million.
Salary, though, isn't it?
I think if he's good.
But I mean, Batiste want Bellerin, and they're not. They've openly said they want him, but they can't afford it.
Yeah, fair enough. But Bellerin's
They just
Bellerin's
screw
a
us
different
around
kettle.
Italian.
I think Bellerin's a different kettle because Bellerin wanted Betis. End of story. But
To be fair,
Terrell is
it's
at these
strange that
teams.
Fiorentina didn't bid for him.
This is what I'm saying to you, and they're bigging him up, saying, "Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah, he's starting
Still-
midfielder in that team for the year, so why not sign him?
Sign him and stump up the wedge. He's going to be worth it." So there's got to be something about him that people are like, you know what? When the chips are down and you need a man, and you need man's backing you, he ain't going to do it.
Shoot.
There's closing ceremonies or what?
Pablo, yeah. Pablo Mari,
Has
he's
he
also he's it's either going to Monza
what's happening?
or
What's
Hellas
happening?
Or he's going back to Flamenco, wasn't he? He's talking about going back to Flamenco.
Yeah,
I don't think it was
looks more
shocking.
like-
He did a job for us at the time.
When he first joined, it looked all right, yeah. And then a bit
Yeah,
by
it
bit,
was a stopgap.
Yeah, I
It was a
thought he was
stopgap.
going to be
Yeah.
good, and he was terrible.
When
I
we've
thought he
had
was gonna
players
be
like
good as well.
Mustafi, I can't be
God.
stating. When we've had
But
players like
even
that,
he,
I can't-
Mustafi had games as well where it was like, bloody hell, Mustafi, he
don't-
looks
don't.
all right. And then it was
No,
just...
no. Even those games, no. You know what happens in them games? You know when you're watching Lord of the Rings and there's some kind of mist over the characters and they can't see things.
There's a
And
mist over
they're seeing
Birmingham
things
right now.
they're seeing things that not real, and there's their mother coming and
you know,
saying,
you know when I
what's
knew
it?
it was
That's
Mustafi,
Mustafi.
when he started doing those things where he'd make an awful foul, and then he'd be the one that would like let someone run off of him and they'd score.
Yeah.
And then he'd look at his defenders and go, "What are you doing?" And it's like this
Yeah.
guy's got no clue what he's doing.
Yeah, he just
It was
Yeah.
genuinely worrying. It was
I've
like,
seen
how
it.
is he playing
I've seen
someone
him
else?
make mistakes where there's no one
And then they'll
around
blame
him.
like the right
The
winger.
ball's just dropping to him.
And he's looking
And he's
around.
still
Who did
back
this?
to go. He's looking at the keeper when he's tripped over the ball and there's no
Yeah.
one around him. He's like,
He's
what
looking
do
at
you
someone
tell
at
me
the
that I
other
was
end
going
of
to
the
trip over
pitch.
that
Yeah.
Bellingham? No. Don't.
And
You
yeah,
can
when
tell
you
like
get
that
that-
right
that-
away.
that-
This isn't
the
the
Palace
guy.
goal
don't.
when Emery bowled it and the ball went over the top and he bounced over him and then he's blaming the midfielders.
Yeah.
He's like,
I don't. Thank you.
yeah,
This-
Wenger, that
so-
was not one of his
That's
finest
why.
moments.
That's
He
what.
got-
No. That's
he
why
got
I
burned
can't
in
go hard
Orlando.
on Pablo Mari.
That
He
window,
got
that
burned in
window from
Orlando
Arsene
by
Wenger, bloody
Uruguayan
hell.
Flores.
Was it Xhaka, Lucas Perez, and Mustafi? Oh my god!
Oh, yeah, I know. I know. Yeah.
man.
That, I don't know what was
Oh,
was
he's
the
free.
thinking
He's
behind
gone
that.
or what?
Who?
Pablo
He's
Mari.
he's
No,
about
it's
to,
not.
I think.
It's not
He's about to.
confirmed yet. It looks like he's heading to Italy though.
But
Very
there
well.
was talk with Flamenco. Was it Flamenco? Is that
Going back to
before?
Brazil.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
they did want to do.
That's
They
if
did want him
nothing
back.
happens. Well,
it seems like the closest at the moment, but of course this is all subject to change. Italy going to either
Monza or
Hellas
Udinese.
Verona or Monza.
Hellas Verona.
But this is what the reason I bring these players up with Bellerin as well. This is why I don't think we signed someone since Zinchenko because we're trying to clear the decks.
Got too many players.
Yeah.
And we're trying to make the
That's
squad
him.
like smaller in terms of these deadwood players that aren't going to offer you anything or apart
That's
from
what me and
free.
Trav said.
streamlined. More streamlined.
It isn't
Yeah.
the money, it's the roster spots.
Exactly that. And he's clearing out the decks. And this is where I think I'm going to look down the camera and say this is all opinion based, just based on what we see in football. Then this week or next week, these are the next 2 weeks where we may see some movement coming in. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
But he said that we've got a couple. They want to get a couple more players, right? Arteta said
Yes.
Yeah.
that.
Looks
We're looking
like
to sign 2 more players.
It will be a wide. It will be a forward and a midfielder. I think.
So I think Tielemans definitely going to.
After we play
probably
last
gonna be Tielemans.
Yeah.
And
know
then
what? Actually,
who else?
I think
Don't be
Tielemans
su-
makes 3. I think Tielemans makes 3. I
Don't
think they're
be
going for
surprised,
2
though.
others.
Don't be surprised though if we end up getting a defensive midfielder. I know it sounds crazy.
I mean, I'd be
but-
happy with that.
I'd love that.
But-
I'd love that.
Exactly.
I'd
Do you know
love
Go
why?
to France. Just go to Ligue 1 and just sign
Yeah, they
any
got
DM
lots
from
of-
any of the teams in the top 10.
Sangara's just extended his PSV contract. So
there's
he's,
lots, man.
even though he's box
But that
to box
league,
and all
that league just
but
produces DMs
I know.
over and over again. It's just every team's
The
got a
African
solid DM.
pipeline. The
Do you
African
know why?
pipeline, man.
The reason I won't be surprised is because who expected us to sign Tomiyasu or a right back?
Oh yeah. There's
Yeah,
always
no,
some
no,
last
There'll be a
minute thing,
surprise. There'll be one surprise in there
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
We just got to hope. It's
I
not,
know
yeah.
who I think my surprise is going to be, but
Is it Tielemans?
Is it?
no, JD man, JD, I think they're going to bring in JD in the last minute.
Yeah, finally.
You reckon?
Someone across this pond says.
Don't you think he's a bit? You know what I would have liked? Though? I'm not gonna lie. I saw. Did you watch the man? Then you watched West Ham City.
Yeah.
The game. What do you think of Skabaki?
Yeah.
He looked lively.
He looked
lively.
He looked like
he's going to be. He's going to hurt some teams, man.
Yeah, because I like when you got players that tall and good on the ball and move.
I think it makes Antonio better, don't you? Tree?
I was looking at that. I was like, bloody hell! I see why. Like, it offers something different when you can just bring on someone like
you
that.
can play them together.
Change the game for them when
I'm looking at
change the game for them when they brought them on.
I
They
see
were
why
more aggressive.
Yeah,
I think
25 million as well.
Do you know what?
Yeah,
this player's out, and I mean, he's all of the paper talk right now. He's very popular, but I think he can be the Arnautovic, what he was a couple of years ago. He was good for West Ham.
Right, so you know what? For a moment, I felt bad because we were saying this. Like, I kind of wanted to see
denied Man U.
Like, I'm tired of seeing McTominay and Fred. I'm tired of seeing that. I support Man United. Like, it actually annoys me now when I'm seeing that.
Yeah.
Like, considering where Man United were, like, I have to have respect.
They didn't get the young. They didn't get the young.
When I saw they got rejected for Arnautovic, I just had to laugh.
That's cold, man. That's cold. When you get rejected that low down, when you get and you're Man United and you're getting rejected that low down,
I thought we were in. I mean, we were in a very, very bad place years ago, but they are levels, man. It's awful. What's going on over there.
That's
not
De Jong saying no is a different thing. It's a different level. But Arnautovic coming out blatantly and going, he's not even said I'm honoured by the offer. He's just like flat no. Don't even think about it.
He said no.
Oh, is it the club?
I've heard him say no. I've seen something.
I think
he said something.
You reckon?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Man United. I know.
That's what
but he's a hero where he is. He's a hero.
He's a hero.
His brother's probably looking at it.
Are you gonna come and want to struggle? Are you gonna come and want to
Stoke? You went to Stoke.
I know he did, but he lifted his. Yeah, but this is what Crab's saying.
He was actually good when he was in the Premier League.
Yeah,
he was good. But he's staying free now.
Do you remember when a few years ago where Real Madrid got battered by Liverpool 5-0 in the Champions League, and that was an awful Real Madrid side. That's how Man United are now. It's just name alone. It's just they bought good players, but just not in the right positions.
I think Ten Hag needs to. I can sense naivety from Ten Hag with the squad, the players he's made, and what he wants to do with the squad. The Eriksen false nine thing as well. I'm like, this is the Premier League, man. You need to get a bit more like, there's I said that from the beginning. I was like, when I was looking at the signs, I was like, this guy doesn't realize you just need to get some brutes in there who are gonna help.
Yeah.
Can we talk about this?
Mine might go off at any moment.
All right, so we're gonna wrap up soon.
But it also serves United. It serves United fans. It serves them well as well for disrespecting Ronaldo about he's the problem.
I want to ask you what you think.
What was you gonna say?
What do you think about now? It's not just Diaby, Gakpo, the big ballers. Now Wolves.
I saw Pino as well. Jeremy Pino is the other one I went with.
Really?
Yeah. Neto would be amazing.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't. Yeah.
How much is it going to cost?
I don't know.
Neto.
How much is it going to cost?
40.
I think Yotta's price. No.
If Fofana's going for 80 million, I mean, he's gone. He's,
I think Neto. I wouldn't pay more than what they paid for Liverpool paid for Yotta. Then you're getting ripped off. If whatever they paid for Yotta, I'd pay that 35 million, 35, 40.
Something.
Oh, that's yeah.
I'd do that,
guys. Just so we wrap up. Yeah, just one more. Take care, David. I hope you have a good one, man. Thanks for your help in the chat.
Cheers, David.
And just this is the last one for you, really. Can we talk about Lisandro Martinez? Bro. Yeah.
They had a few shockers, man. He wasn't the worst. Rashford was the one where I'm like, what are you doing in your first game back of the season?
Remember though,
sitters.
This guy's playing his first game at home. Yeah. Wait until he sees Brentford away. Yeah. Ivan Toney straight, cut. It's gonna be peak.
Oh, bro. Put it this way. You know that you know that when he come out, right? You know, halftime when you go in the toilet and you're on your phone, he's going to his agent. What have I done?
Yeah, he's gone. You fucking idiot!
yeah,
What have you done to me?
Alexis Sanchez
What have you
2.0,
done, man? Why did you convince me not to go to Arsenal?
Why am I here?
I'd have played CDM there. I don't mind not playing centre back.
You got to watch Match of the Day sometimes when they break it down, because they pull out stuff that you've missed. Even though they got that clown Danny Murphy on there, they pull it down. There was like 3 occasions when Maguire and Martinez crossed each other, and it was like, again, this is schoolboy defending.
Schoolboy
like they
football.
teach you at
You don't
school
do that.
when you're centre backs, you never cross.
Yeah, that one was.
Maguire's like running across him. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, was Varane injured? Was Varane injured?
Varane was on the bench.
He's coming back from an injury. He's coming back.
Okay. Right. Because I would have started with Martinez and Varane. I wouldn't have started. Like I said to you, you can't put Maguire next to someone who needs to learn. Yeah, he's too much of a liability. Exactly. You need to put him against someone who's class. Then that way they can cover his mistakes.
But it's also like with the Ten Hag thing. It's like, was he not watching us? You're starting a new season. You cannot start the season with Maguire and Fred and McTominay in front. Like, what are you doing? And then lose the game. It's almost like you give the fans. You really like hurt the fans like morale when you do something like that. When you play the same shit that they've had to deal with. But maybe it's a message to the board. Like the Ericsson false 9 one was a bit.
Yeah. But the thing about it is, it's him. You. I think you said it earlier. It's the naivety, because playing Premier League teams in the Champions League gives you no indication of what the league is like. Yeah, because
they adapt their tactics for the Champions League. They adapt how they're going to play slightly.
Right. So Eredivisie, you've got Feyenoord, you've got PSV, you've got Ajax. Most other teams lower down roll over for them. It happens in Spain. It happens in Germany. Not so much in Italy, but it does. Over here, that don't happen. So every game is like a derby.
Especially Man United.
I don't think Ten Hag understood that this team's coming at you because they got history. You know what I mean? They turned over the Man United side.
Not scared of Man United like they were before. Yeah, it's Man City and Liverpool. The only 2 teams were teams are scared of. Everyone else, Arsenal, United teams are going for you.
Yeah, they want that scalp.
Yeah,
they want that scalp. So your first game where you're thinking, oh yeah, let me play Fred and McTominay and do this nice system, and they're not going to hit us and come at us like we should. He got surprised. And those surprises are going to happen quite often this season.
Why they're straight in the window.
Yeah, Ismail Assar scored from the halfway line.
Why has no one picked him up as well? Why is he playing?
I was thinking that.
What about Ismail Assar, guys? Would you?
I'd take him.
Would you have
a little kick? He wouldn't cost a lot, and he's young as well.
Yeah, that wide position.
Yeah, I don't know why no one's
on the right, isn't he?
I
would have.
Brighton would have been a good go for him. You got money from Basuma, go and get smart. You have to play Solly March.
From what he did last season, what he did last season, I'd have had him at us. We're talking about a cover for Saka.
Yeah,
I'd have had him at us.
But I need Graham Potter to get a big job soon. That guy's just the football they're playing.
Just not at us. Just not at Arsenal.
Would you take him if Arteta didn't work out? Would you take Graham Potter?
What? Don't ask him. He would.
I would. Season ticket waiting list. Let's go.
Yeah. Graham Potter.
If we took Graham Potter and we backed him, oh my god. I think he will be the next England manager, though. I think after they get rid of Southgate, they're going to try and get him.
Look what he's doing.
Which is a shame.
With Brighton, with Pascal
he's going to be wasted in the international sale, but he needs to move to a big. That guy's. The tactical ability is.
Could you imagine?
Yeah. No, and I saw it yesterday. I did see it yesterday.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take him at us because I'm loving who we got. But he needs a big top.
Well. If it ended sour,
I think it will.
No, if it ended sour,
Conte leaves, he'll go Spurs.
I don't know. I'd probably look. I mean, he's a good shout if it ended sour.
Yeah.
But I think if and when Arteta goes, we need to be stepping up a level. So. Someone.
To be fair, you're taking another young coach from the league who actually is more who's like a tactician.
Yeah, and that is a Kroenke way to go. I'm just talking me.
Yeah,
I'm talking me if I was them. But I totally see he makes sense in the Kroenke design in that they go for young, hungry managers Next one don't work out, then we get a next hungry one in. And like you said, he's got prem experience.
Yeah.
And what he would do to come to us, I'm not disputing that at all.
Yeah.
For me, I would go for someone a little bit more experienced than Arteta. Still quite young, but going along that lines rather than I think rather than going sideways or slightly back in Graham Potter and T, hear me out.
Yeah,
I say slightly back is because Brighton isn't at the stature of us. So
Pressure.
Moss is back.
He's not got any pressure.
He's back. He's back.
Yeah,
Can't keep the Moss down.
I get Matt's point. They will go and lose and won't score, but it's like regardless.
That's
they
because
play good
Brighton's
football.
quality. Yeah.
They got shit players, but they play good football, sustainable football.
Yeah.
To keep them in the Prem. Same thing
What
I like
was
with
the
Hassan
answer
Hootel. Is
to
like
it?
he's got
Sorry.
Southampton playing for the players they've got. They play a
They're going
decent
down.
4-4-2.
They're
They
going
might
down.
be in trouble now, but it might just be they've got
going down
too
this
many
season.
good players.
Bro,
Now
Graham
that
Potter
I've seen
is
the opening
crazy.
games. Now I've seen the opening
Yeah.
games. I want to change my view.
But last season, Graham Potter went to Anfield. Yeah, just grabbed a point like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Don't get me done. Yeah.
we had a very good first half at Anfield and got slapped.
And the fact they
Yeah.
sold Cucurella and
And
Basuma, and then went up to Old Trafford and said, "Yeah, we're just gonna play
Come.
our football. That's fine."
Yeah.
So
exactly.
good, man.
Respect
No,
it.
I don't. You can't knock that because they gave us
Yeah, you
trouble in both games. They ain't no easy team.
And
Nah.
If you have
also,
to
Will,
when you play Brighton, you have to be on it.
Yeah,
if
because
you're
they
below
play a brand
par,
of football as well.
Yeah, if
It's
you
not that bottom half
play below
football.
par
Yeah.
at 5% below par, you're losing that game.
also Wilf, remember Ostersons rolled up to the Emirates
Yes,
and
well,
beat
yeah.
us. Who was the manager?
Yeah.
Graham
Proper
Potter.
tactician.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
the way to end it.
You know he's getting the England job.
What was
after
the answer
Southgate.
to
Yeah.
it when I got cut off? Who do you like,
Oh.
Neto, Gakpo, or
Oh, if you had to pick one.
Diaby?
Ooh, go on, everyone's got to pick one. All right, I'll go first. If I had to pick one,
Ed's watching.
Back again, for goodness
Yeah.
sakes. I'm saying,
That's what happens when you're popular.
I'm gonna say Cody Gakpo.
Yeah, that's who I was leaning to. Come on, can I swap Neto for Poe then?
Diaby's the best. Diaby's the best right now. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think I agree with that. I
he's
think
the
Diaby looks like he's the one you pick on Ultimate Team, basically, at the moment out of the three.
Diaby's ridiculous. But the
Neto is
price-
quality, but he's not the numbers.
still that
aren't
risk
there
of
a little
Neto
bit,
injuries.
yeah. And the injuries,
Diaby
and I
free.
just think he doesn't. Yeah, the numbers aren't there, so I'd probably go Gakpo as well. Even though I don't think any of those three are really Podence though. Yep,
Diaby
Oh,
for
look good,
me.
yeah.
Nah, Neto's better than
Diaby.
Podence. I'm not a big fan of Podence.
it's a good debate that one because I used to like
He
Neto
was
more,
lively
and then
in
I
that
lean
game.
more towards Podence from last
Yeah.
season. I've chosen Podence more.
Of those three, Diaby for me. I just think Diaby would tear teams a new one. We our front line starts to, and our bench starts to look almost, almost Man City, Man United, Man City, Liverpool, scary. That
Let me jump in, and then you
Yeah.
take the rest.
good.
Could you imagine Diaby, Smith Rowe, Fabio Vieira off the bench? Yeah, long day.
Oh my
Just
god.
what I'm saying to you. And they've been tied out by Martinelli, Saka, and Jesus. You know what I mean? They-
yeah.
That's unreal.
Yeah, but okay. Take your Arsenal head off now, and see that lineup, and you're telling me you're not going to be scared. You're
That's good,
thinking,
that's good.
oh nah, what? Wait, so we got to handle these three first, and if we do, at 60,
And then the
70
Iceman
minutes,
comes on.
oh
Jonathan
yeah, our
David.
boys are gonna be knackered, and they're playing. Nah.
Johnny D comes
But-
on.
Moss knows what I think about Jonathan David. He can play all along that front three.
I'm telling you,
I think he's very underrated.
if I come back from Leicester and I'm starting to talk about Jonathan David Crab, Moss has put something in my drink. All right, you know what I'm saying?
I've watched him. See, I've watched him for a long while. I
What
watched
is
him
it,
in
Moss?
the
Canadian
CONCACAF
what?
Cup.
Canadian what is it that you?
Canadian Iceman.
The drink.
Oh
Tim
yeah.
Horton. Heroin in the cup, Tim Horton.
Nah,
They don't got any in London. They're all up by you, Tereak. All the
Yeah.
Tim Hortons.
There's no Tim Hortons in London, isn't there?
No,
No, I've seen.
I don't think so. No.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
they know it's a big area to step into.
I don't think there's Cinnabon in London either. Have you ever been?
No,
to
there isn't.
Cinnabon?
There's one in
I've never
Hayes.
seen it.
Oh, it used to
they're
be.
huge
Hayes,
in the
yeah.
States.
Oh, it's
Yeah, it's
beautiful.
banging. It's banging.
There's one in Warsaw.
What is it? Cinnamon.
Do you know cinnamon buns?
Yeah.
Tim,
You know,
Tim
with the
Hortons
ice
does
and
it
that.
amazing.
With that
Yeah.
proper icing and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's one
yeah.
in West. They're good.
Oh, okay.
It used to
No,
be in
no,
Leicester
big
Square.
one, it-
wasn't
Where
it?
you
Big
used
as
to
well,
live,
like
Will,
that.
in San
Nah,
Big
Francisco.
Cinnabons.
Like
Cinnabon,
1,000
Yeah, no,
calories.
I'll go Denmark for
Francisco.
them. I'll go Denmark for them. That's what you guess.
Yeah, it's like 1,000 calories, bro.
Yeah, it's mad.
In what? It's
What do you think?
Wait,
of the
one
Domino's
bite.
prices?
One bite is
Since you've been
1,000
here.
calories. Yeah.
Just
That's the one with
Yeah,
like
the
North
pi- the
Americans
pizza
is
does not
Domino's.
look
It's
good
like
here. The
yeah,
pizza does not
Domino's.
look good here.
Domino's in like North
But everything
America.
else
Like
is better.
free,
Everything else is better.
it's like $3-4 for a Domino's pizza, whereas in UK they've gone what, £20.
Oh,
20 quid.
They're like,
yeah.
we'll pay more for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kind
because
of
we're
madness
stupid.
is
Well, we think it's like quality pizza, whereas in America it's like
Yeah,
$3
no,
cheap
terrible.
pizza.
No. I'll pay a
But
tenner.
man, I
That's
go into a
what
few
£10,
chicken
man.
places. They're awesome here.
What, chicken shops?
Chicken Hub.
Yeah,
I'm trying
Moss
on
loves
the
his
chicken.
chicken.
Oh yeah. Have you had any kebabs
Most
since
of
you've been there, Moss?
No, I got.
No, I didn't get to that one.
I went
I was
Nando's
there.
though. I went
You gotta
Nando's.
go get a
once.
Hey.
land on her, mate.
Take him up north. We'll take after the Arsenal game. Take him Wood Green. Bang, get some good, Turkish.
Turkish, yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Turkish.
Yeah.
Bagel,
definitely.
Bagel King.
I
will
found
take
a
you there as
Mexican
well.
place.
Oh, we're taking Bagel King. No, if you're taking him for bagels, it's Brick Lane. Brick Lane
Lane.
bagels. man.
Yeah.
Is it nice?
There's
Is
two
it better
shops
than
on
Bagel
there.
King?
Oh, trust me. No.
I'm taking that peri sauce home.
Oh,
I'm starting
Pepe's.
Nando's in
Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah, go Pepe's. There's one on Holloway Road. You go Pepe's, I think.
Shoot.
I'm
Yeah.
taking Nando's Canada. I'll be a millionaire.
But when it comes to bagels, there's only two shops and they're both on Brick Lane. Yeah.
No, bagels is Montreal, Canada. Bagels.
Yeah.
What are you saying about Connor Cody though, guys? And then we'll wrap up soon.
He looks happy. He's from there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Liverpool
But
Academy.
was he
He's not
supposed to
bad
go
defender. I
to?
think
Where
he's
else was he
alright.
going to go? He was going to go Everton or I'd have gone West Ham if I was him.
They bought that young guy instead, didn't they? From
Yeah.
Is it loan or did they
Actually-
buy Curry?
No, they
Um,
bought Cody.
Ball. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bought?
bought him.
How much?
It's a very good signing for Everton.
I'm not sure.
Very
how
good
much.
signing for Everton.
Wolves are looking. Yeah, they're in trouble.
Wolves are
Oh,
in trouble.
yeah.
They don't
I-
do something.
I don't know. They've signed
There's talk
Goncalo
of their
Guedes.
board. Their board. Oh, they
need more
signed
than
that.
Yeah,
That
Bruno
guy,
Lage is This is speaking to Ed. Bruno Lage has been moaning. He's been moaning about the board directly
Did
to
you
them and
see-
saying,
Yeah.
yeah,
He'd have to be. He's getting rid of players and
Teddy
not
Lasso
buying.
get under
And then
Bruno
they'll replace
Lage?
them. Yeah, I feel for him,
Yeah.
but you still got to put together a proper attack, man. You got to create more chances.
Yeah.
They don't. They
Yeah.
defend well, but that was my thing.
It's
of
not
it.
his
Like
fault though.
I was like when Graham Potter rocks up with Welbeck, Lallana, and Solly March, you cannot tell me you need when Chelsea in particular. I don't want to hear it from Chelsea or Chelsea fans about we need more players in the front. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it too because Welbeck, Lallana, and Solly March. Come on,
Yeah. He's a
No
he's a
excuse.
G.
All over the
There's
hill
no
and
excuse,
still
man.
doing it, yeah.
You've either got it or you don't, and you
Yeah.
know.
Bro,
Managers will get any players.
Leicester are going to be in trouble.
attacking.
Leicester are going to be in trouble if they continue to lose
No
players,
Michael.
Especially towards the end of the transfer
They're a
window.
bit unfortunate
They're
in
gonna
the
be in
Brentford
trouble.
game. To be fair, they
I think-
played quite well in that game. They got
Let's-
done by
They
a
were,
great
but-
goal.
All right,
Yeah.
take Madison and Tielemans out of that team with Schmeichel
Oh,
gone as
boy.
well.
Well, Vardy looks like he's
Yeah.
done.
Vardy gets injured.
Yeah.
Vardy gets injured because he's what 34 now, 33, 34.
I mean, even then, he's not. He doesn't look as impactful anymore. Vardy. Just
yeah,
Right,
he can't
right,
be.
right.
He can't be doing it. He can't be playing that game at that age.
Nah, he can't.
Week in, week out.
Leicester in
His wife's-
financial
his
trouble.
wife-
though.
Wife's another.
It's
Is
60
it financial
million
trouble? Is that what
60
it is?
million they need. They just need to get 60 million. Just
They
to
have to sell
balance the
Madison,
books.
but that's what.
But
Yeah,
it's going to be for
Madison-
Fana and Madison.
they'll have to sell Madison and Tielemans,
It,
and I don't think they. Well, probably all three.
Or they
'cause I don't
sell.
think
Or
they're
they
gonna
sell
get-
Fofana.
This
They
is
get
it. And
Yeah,
I
well,
think
they sell for fun and they can't afford to. They can't
they
afford
can
to
sell.
sell for fun.
I think they can. I reckon they can.
I think they,
For what
yeah,
Leicester?
I mean, they didn't have it last season.
Take Fofana out of that team, and
Mid-table.
Schmeichel's gone. Where
Mid-table.
you yeah, exactly.
Yes,
Yeah,
I-
That's what I'm saying to you.
Tielemans is awesome.
That's what I'm saying to you. You can't afford. It's not financially you can't afford to him, but on the
See,
pitch
Matt-
you can't
Matt
afford to
said
let
what
We're
I
not
said.
knocking on Europe.
If I was playing Vardy, I'd be in his ear about his wife nonstop.
To be fair though, Vardy will be in your ear about your wife
Yeah,
as well.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
You can have her.
Giving it back.
But do you want to borrow 15 mil? Do you want to borrow?
You want to have a Russian scammer? Go for it.
You know what Vardy's like though. He's come from the non-leagues. You'd have heard a lot worse.
Yeah,
Don't worry
he would
about that.
have got a lot worse. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd be
Yeah.
ruthless. I would be ruthless.
but yeah, man, I big up everyone. So Brendan Rodgers for Arsenal then. B&B, this is it's time to go.
Nah.
Graham Potter and
and I
Brendan
want to hold my hands up
Rodgers.
to say at one point I wanted Brendan Rodgers.
Yeah, I was considering it.
point,
100%.
Yeah, I considered him.
Average Rodgers. That's
But he's
his
just
name.
like
Average
Rodgers would be a
Rodgers.
stopgap. It was Rodgers if you get him, and it's like
I'd have taken
just
him
get-
over
gets
Emery.
playing a
I'd
bit
have
well.
taken him over Emery.
Yeah, until you get
I'd have
someone
taken him
else
over
in,
Emery.
Probably.
because he get you playing good football, and you give him. But
Yeah.
that guy cannot.
I
That
would
guy
have
is
taken
not
him straight
a
after
manager.
Wenger and miss
Yeah.
out on Emery. I'd have taken.
He's a good coach, but
mediocre.
I don't think he's a good manager. He's a good coach, and he gets his players playing well. But that guy, I just don't think can manage it to the top.
He
level.
can't take you to
He
that
can't
next
take
level.
you
Yeah,
to the top.
Yeah.
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 But guys, we're gonna wrap it up here then because it's been 2
Okay,
hours and 20
cool.
minutes. But you know what? Thank you to everyone. Thank you to Wilf. Thank you to Crab. Thank you to Moss as well.
Thanks,
I'll let them shout out their channels and stuff. But I just want to say thank you to everyone as well for getting us to I'm about to say 600. Then getting a bit too far there, but to 500.
Yeah, exactly.
Soon come.
Thank you for everyone who shared it as well. I know Matty tweeted it too. Moss has been sharing it about. And everyone
My
else,
dad
man.
came on because he hasn't seen me.
Exactly. Yeah. Your dad's missing you.
done.
Oh man, thank you guys. Thanks for the support, and hopefully, 600 next. But 1K, that would be amazing. But 1K by the end of the season. Are we gonna get it? Big up Sis. Sis is in here as well. 500 subs more, maybe.
Yeah. Has she gone back to Philly?
Yeah. Big up yourself. There.
Eat a
Sis.
cheesesteak for me.
Realist is on to you, Will. He won't let that go.
No, he's not gonna. I know. That's why I need to bring it up because me and Realist will have it out. I won't take it. It's gonna because if you know what, if I want it more, the more he gives me grief, the more I want it. Because if and when we get it, it's gonna hurt so bad. It's gonna hurt so bad.
What's this all about?
Because I've been saying we're getting third for a while, and Realist is like thinks I'm on some. I'm heavily medicated.
EPG3, stay on it.
I'm heavily medicated. Yeah, I mean, this is a padded cell.
The TPGs, they're coming threes, and Arsenal are going to finish third. That's what it is.
Yeah, there you go.
3 Gabriel, 3 third place.
Hey, we'll see, man. We'll see. Big up everyone, man. Thank you once again. We'll start off with, you know what? We'll start off with you, Will. You're up here. You're right next to me. Let the people know where they can find you, man.
First, big congratulations. Well deserved. For just the content, the community, making it so welcoming for us to come on and wanting to. It's like one of my highlights of my week. Big up to you, man. The people who find me here, they'll find me in the Discord. He's once I'm in now, you can't get rid of me. So once I'm in, but you'll find me here or in the Discord. Yeah.
Big up Wilf, man. Crab, big up yourself as well. Let the people know where they can find you what you've got coming up as well. Because what you did last week, Thursday, was it Friday? Friday?
Thursday. Yes, man. Congrats on the 500. 100% well deserved, man. More to come. And you can find me on Twitch, Crab Dribble. I'm on Twitter as well. And
man, it pops up on my phone all the time.
Well, enough.
Realist and Crab Dribble are live, and I'm like, I think that was like 5 hours ago.
But and the Road to Legend
when do you
podcast
mostly
on
do them,
Thursdays.
When do you
So
mostly
the
do them?
podcast is Thursday, but I stream Tuesday, maybe I stream Tuesday, Thursday,
No, but like time
Friday,
of the day,
Sunday. Oh, after work, so like 6, 7.
nighttime. Oh, maybe it was really
nighttime.
Yeah.
Apart from
Maybe it
Sunday.
was
Sunday I
really-
usually stream all day.
Is it Crab Dribble on? If I'm looking podcast, it's Crab Dribble.
The podcast is called Road to Legends. I'll drop
Road
a
to
link in the
Legends.
chat.
Yeah, drop it in the chat.
I'll drop it in the
Yeah.
chat. But
Yeah, drop it in the private, and then I'll drop it in
but
the.
yeah, I stream after work, and then Sunday I'll just do a long day with like streams, watch alongs. Depends what the games are. Chelsea Spurs, like I'll watch that one this Sunday.
Nice. Yeah.
Why?
Chelsea Everton was boring.
I want both teams to brock each other up. If they come out there with 5 injuries each, I'm happy.
Kane and Koulibaly kung fu kick each other. We're sorted, people.
I actually forgot about how boring Chelsea.
Yeah.
But what about there'll be the
awful.
Lampard Gerrard derby, Everton Villa,
true.
Martin versus Matt.
Yeah, that's true. No watch-alongs on the weekend. That's what I meant to say as well. But yeah.
No.
What?
Oh,
No,
yeah,
because
you'll
I'm with you. yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you guys? So yeah. What was I gonna say as well? Yeah, I'll pop that in there. Big up Crab.
Yeah,
So
we'll
yeah,
have to
have you
watch the
guys?
Sunday
Are
games.
you got another watch party coming for the?
Yes, I'm doing the pod on Thursday, but I think it'll be later. So yeah, after work from 6 p.m. sharp, if I can start a bit early, I'll do
I
the
don't
next
do
3
Twitter.
episodes. Because what they like half an hour, 40 minutes. I'm able to get all 3 in. But yeah, I'll do watch parties for all or nothing because those are quite good. I quite like that format. You know, that was the first time I did it, and just watching anything on Amazon with like the chat, I was like, shit, I'll just watch
that's
TV
pretty
like
neat.
this. It's actually, it's like Gogglebox, isn't it?
You forgot. You actually watch TV.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's quite nice watching something and having people interact to the thing. I was like, yeah, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself and Moss, the man himself. He's flown all the way from Canada to the best country. Is it the best country? I don't know. I can't say that. You can't say that to Moss. And you know what? You know, British people are not very.
Commonwealth, one of the best in the Commonwealth.
How did Canada do in the Commonwealth? Actually,
We're right behind you.
Yeah,
hey,
with our D squad.
Yeah, but massive country as well. By the way, you're much bigger than us.
We only have
32's bigger than us.
But we only have 36
exactly.
million people. We only have 36 million people, though.
Hey, too much land. That's what it is.
Yeah. We got enough Jamaicans, though, to kick the country's asses around the world. Let me tell you.
No, but big up yourself. I'll let the people know where they can find you.
Yeah, on Instagram, CKMoss16. I gotta upload some more videos and pictures of being down in South London with the Don this weekend. Creambone, it was pretty fun. And
I like how you say the Don as well. He says it proper like North American.
It even says his own street right, Beauchamp. Most English wouldn't pronounce that French word.
You shouting that?
Yeah, in North London. In North London. But yeah, now I'm in his LinkedIn. It's pretty cool because it's pretty close. So I think I'm gonna go to a Legend tour tomorrow. Probably be that. What's this guy's name? Perry Groves. I think it's always him lately. I want to check that out. But yeah, CK Moss 16 Instagram and my channel changed from Moss Sports to Foot Moss Sports stuff. All football.
There you go, man.
All the
Big
football.
I think Matt's got a bit of a crush on you.
I used to get that shit at school from when I was at
school.
Goes
both ways.
The girls at school when I was at school used to say that shit to me, and they're like, "Do you pluck your eyebrows?" Like I had to bring in baby photos to prove to them that I was born with them this way, because they all used to say that shit. Like you pluck your eyebrows. I was like, "No, I don't." You have to bring in a whole set of baby photos. Like, look from birth.
yeah, because you've got longer eyelashes as well. They get jealous, man.
It's a family thing. We've all got the tick on my dad's side. All of us got it.
See. Nah, but big up everyone, man. Thank you once again. Thanks for everyone locking in for the whole 2.5 hours, longer than any football match. But a lot of you stayed in here, and thanks to everyone who left as well. Crab got a few streams coming up, and you can find me on the new series of Love Island. You know what I mean?
Is there a Monday
2023?
No. There's no Monday match, right?
Liverpool Palace, yeah.
Oh, it is Monday?
Yeah. I'll be back here.
What do you think?
Guys, I'm gonna have to dust out.
Yeah,
I'll catch you guys next week.
Catch you later,
everyone.
Catch you later, everyone, as well. Take care, and we're out. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm gonna just do the outro.
That love chat's back again.
Oh
Love
no,
chat.
just in time. And we're out,
Borowski.
people. Peace.